they sit here and they sneak this and they say underhanded things. They try to literally bring up either detractor memes or literal drama shit every day. They do it on purpose so that they can try to derail the shit that I'm doing on my streams, you know? And it just gets to the point where it's so frustrating. I just want to have fun, man. I really just want to fucking have fun. That's it. That's all I want to have to do is have fun with you guys. Fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have no taxes, bills to pay, nice chill stream today. You're having a fun and interactive time with me and you're finding entertainment, positivity, and value in it, then the support should just come naturally, okay? I just want to have fun. Way more fun. I just want to have fun. Way more fun. Here's the bottom line, and I'm tired of it now. No more excuses, all right? Because the bottom line is people are like, Phil's not engaged in his commentary, and Phil's commentary is boring, and that's why people don't want to watch the playthroughs of the streams. Bullshit. I'm loving this game. I'm voice acting. I'm engaged. I'm commentating on everything that's going on actively. Bullshit. I call massive bullshit on any idiot who says that about either the Watch Dogs 2, which I've been playing recently and really liking, or Pokemon. It's bullshit. I call complete and utter bullshit on anyone who's saying that I'm not engaged and I sound like I'm bored. I'm not. So I've had enough excuses. It just seems to me like people are fucking lazy and don't want to come out to the streams. I don't even know what else to say.
That being said.
Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, one of my mannerisms. Relaxing, chill, interactive, fun.
If there was ever meaningful content, it's being produced right here on That Being Said.
Oh, hey now, what's up, everybody? It is time. Oh, get out of here. Big ups, everybody. We are here, Sunday style time, for another double team of That Being Said. Meerkat Mob in the house. Hello.
I am in the house. Hello, everybody. It's finally time to wrap this thing up. It's the dramatic climax to the Kingsnaking saga. It's so exciting.
How many weeks have we done this? This is our 8th or 9th? Something like that, right?
This is number 9.
Jesus. We thought it was going to be a little quick thing, and then it turns out to be 9 episodes. But anyways.
I know. Because you can't just do the DMs. You need to do the things that happen, that cause the DMs to happen, and then it spirals out of control and it goes crazy, and then you end up with I think this must be like 25 hours of us talking about these DMs. It's actually crazy. It's a long time.
It is. It gets really stupid if you think about how many hours of stuff we cover. Like that level 69 podcast was like what, 4 hours, and we talked about it for 20. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But anyways, that's how the internet works. Okay, guys. So the one thing we do need is we need some meaningful interactions from you guys. What should be our next thing we do, okay, with these kind of, because this is over now. Snaketing's done. So in the comments, let me know what you want to see for our next style series, okay, guys? And we'll choose something from there, or if they're all bad, we'll choose something else. We'll never know. But anyways, before we get into it, any other business style announcements? Meerkat style mob? I don't think so.
Not that I can think of. Check out the previous episode. Check out the Clips channel. You know how this works. But outside of that, that's pretty much it.
I do want to say that we have to talk about a little bit of modern times, because DSP has been a busy boy, my friends. A very busy boy. Trying to get some attention. And he did it last. Oh, first I will show that this is awesome. So King County Snake has collected the list of the most said words from DSP Gaming. And he just dropped it a few days ago. And this is, by the way, only things that Pig Go can pick up on. Okay? So, there's some things that are missed here. But the number one word used by DSP is guys. Number 2 is support. Number 3 is kick or kicks. And number 4 is tip or tips. And number 5 is sub or subs. So shout out to that. It really shows how much he talks about contributions, doesn't it? I mean, look at that. It's incredible. So big ups to that person who's seen that. If they want to, it's pretty wild. I'm sure this is not mixing up there's there's some words that were not added for sure, like, and shit. But yeah, it's pretty funny how often these words are coming up.
Or some of them might have been counted and been out of context or mispronounced or something, but it's still, even the estimated amount of times he says words related to begging for money it's staggering. It's mind-blowing.
It's still funny. And one notable one for me is Jade.
Wow.
Jade is called out at minimum 5 times a day. Nice job, Jade. Definitely treats him like a normal audience member. Definitely. Okay, next up, let's get to another thing DSP's been doing. This one. So last night at 2:55 a.m. his time, I believe, or 2, one of those two, whatever, middle of the night, let's call it, DSP responds to this video about the economy of hating low-tier God. DSP says, "This guy has no idea. LTG is one thing, but I'm the real case study. Please have this guy reach out to me, and we'll crack the whole thing open once and for all." I thought, like, once and for all means something finishes, right? Once and for all. You can't crack something open once and for all, right? That doesn't make sense.
So, yeah, this, we need some more context. So this video is about how pretty much naturally, the way the internet works, you can get somebody who's interesting, literally explaining what a lolcow is and how a lolcow works and how people clip him and make videos, and they make money off the videos because people make money on the internet off pretty much anything nowadays.
Yes.
And that's like the ultimate point of the video. And with DSP, it would be exactly the same video. Exactly the same, because it works the same way with many other people, like with Wings of Redemption, with fucking Boogie. Think of a lolcow.
Think of anyone on the internet. People talk about them and they make money from talking about them. It's not that fucking deep, DSP just doesn't get the point of it, Meerkat. You know that. He thinks it's about, like, wow, how interesting is it that low-tier God has people following him that make money? Oh, my God. But it's not about the individual person, right? It's just an example, Yeah,
it's not even about just... like how crazy it is, because with DSP it is very crazy that there's so many channels that do videos about him constantly, which you cannot deny is very crazy.
But he's not even the most, by the way.
It's a result of that, of just being an interesting person to follow around and talk about.
He's not even close to the top. Amber Lynn has way more people making money and way more money than DSP. So I don't know what he's talking about. He just thinks he's center of the universe as usual. But yeah, and this guy, by the way, this guy right here is making money off following how much people make money off LTG, which is funny.
Yeah, there you go.
But yes,
no, money is just like at this point, money is almost like a given, because people like DSP makes money off of that tweet because he's got Twitter Blue or whatever fuck that shit's called. Like, and everybody got their ads turned on, and everybody, that's just how it fucking works, man. It's like a crazy world. It's almost like if you don't do it, you're just missing out.
This person very well responded to top response here. Didn't you say you weren't gonna do drama? What happened? This is from the last stream we showed last Friday, when he said, "I'm not gonna get pulled into drama anymore." Well, when the gin starts flowing, that stance changes. Everyone's on point with the responses, by the way, as usual. People are. How many times do you have to teach us an old man? This time people will finally understand how entertaining and misunderstood you are. The biggest streamer in the world platforms you, and all of his fans stop watching after a few weeks because you suck. And people are look at this one right here. DSP separate beds. Catherine on the right. DSP on his phone screaming. Everyone did it well. Look at this one. It's LTG DSP fusion. That's a good one. Dublanc Duval always doing that stuff. Now, you'd think that'd be enough, but no, there's one more I got to show you guys. This one is not that. Where is it? I must have lost it. But DSP did another one, and it was right here. And it says, someone says DSP outlasted Nicolas Maduro. And then DSP says, you're goddamn right I did, and I just get better with age. So, yes, very cool.
Better at what?
People correctly called him out on this. Better with age.
Yeah, what is it getting better at? Outliving people?
Better with age. He's been photoshopped into the image here. We got 2026 will not be my year. This is a good one. Your moobs and snort sacks would disagree with that statement. At least get ride-eye Cotalo and gynomastia. There you go. So anyways, there we go. That was DSP's busy night on Twitter. Okay, that was last night. So we want to start drama and also tell people how cool we are. Very normal thing to be doing at 2 a.m. in your time when you're happy and successful. All right, guys? All right. Moving forward positively. Iwamoto says, can't spell late without ALT. Big ups, gang. When did this late thing become a meme, Meerkat? I must have missed that, because now if we're 2 minutes late, it acts like the world is coming to an end. Did we start that, or is that just a normal thing everyone does?
I think we made it a meme because we addressed it.
We got to stop
that. Since then, it's been monitored. If we didn't talk about it, we could be as late as possible. No one would know.
I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop it now. Okay, before we get to the snake eating show, at least, I wanted to give a little bit of a build up to what caused it. Obviously, we show the DMs, so I'm not going to show those. But after the Three Paths show, Triple P on Twitter said, I just want to point out the following. DSP actually didn't give a single fuck about me joking about his wife. He allowed me to do it to his face over and over. He never said a word. Only when detractors made fun of him for it did he care. It's all he cares about. Then he says it was not Phil's natural instinct or reaction to defend his wife. He needed to be told by the people who hate him the most that it's what he was supposed to do. I would respect his ultimatum if it was sincere and actually bothered him. But all Phil cares about is ego and money. He then says, he will say I'm the bad guy and the villain in this, and he's just an innocent little victim who didn't do anything, but as I said, he's no victim. He didn't want to hear me tell him the truth anymore. I was too real last week, and this ultimatum was his way out, save his ego. And then finally he says, this isn't about his wife, it's about respect. Phil showed zero respect for me or Andy or Steve or anyone else who tried to help him yesterday. He threw it all in my face with his third path lazy bullshit and refusal to ever try to or put in effort. It's a waste of resources. Okay, so we're building towards the thing happening, okay? I also want to show you what happened since then. This is DSP. This is kind of sav tweet here. DSP, this is the very same day after Philip was talking about, after Triple P was doing a lot of tweets about DSP. DSP said the following before that.
All right. First of all, right now, PPP is sitting on his Twitter very hurriedly and scaredly tweeting. I don't know why. It's like the guy's terrified about what I'm going to say or something. I don't know. I don't get it. It's like he still doesn't get it of who I am today versus who I used to be. I don't know. But he's just going crazy on there, saying a million things.
Yep.
Oh, this and that about all toxic stuff. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm not sitting there reading your Twitter. People are talking about it in my chat. I'm never going to read it. I don't care. All right. I don't know what his problem is, but
Joke's on you, I don't even care. Okay, that's the thing there. He definitely did care a lot. This is all before he had any plan of releasing the DMs, by the way, before there was a snake eating happening. It's all that. This was, he then did say, though, on the 18th, okay, so 5 days later, he said, here's the placeholder for tomorrow's big podcast featuring the real Ryutek, which is years in the making. Don't miss our first ever epic encounter face-to-face live on the show. See you then. This was the daily wrap the day before, okay? So he kind of described what's going to happen here, and I thought it'd be interesting to see how he described it then. So this is the daily wrap the day before.
tomorrow is a full streaming day. The first stream is a very special event. In fact, I would argue that this will likely be the biggest special event podcast that I've ever done. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on the show, I have Rich, yes, that's right, Review Tech USA in the flesh. We are having our very first face-to-face conversation, whatever you want to call it. Finally, we're going to hash it out. And I don't know how it's going to go. Do you want me to be honest with all of you? I have no clue. It could be completely amicable. It could go haywire.
So just to show that, he said hash it out. Like they're going to talk about the problems they have with each other. Doesn't it sound like that to you?
Yes.
So,
and I guess a chance for Rich to apologize to Phil, or Phil to apologize to Rich, because they both dissed each other so hard and destroyed each other, allegedly.
So you can get, if you're review tech and you know DSP has not said behind the scenes what he's actually going to do, you might be a little bit weirded out too. Like, what the fuck is this? You said we're going to hash it out, Phil. So Rich was ready for a hashing it out session. But, you know, what happened the next day is much different. But let's see what else he says.
Could go somewhere in the middle. I don't know what's going to happen. But unpredictable is good, because it means it's going to be interesting, right?
Oh, yeah.
So FYI, the way it's going to work tomorrow, I'm going to do my show a little different than when I do the normal podcast. I'm going to play a little bit of music. It's probably going to start, the stream itself will probably start around 11 to 11:15. Warm up the crowd and let everyone know, hey, we're ready. Let's get ready to go. And then I'm going to get Rich on, and that's going to be the show. Now, during these interviews that I do, okay, there is no...
Don't care.
I mean, he's a guest. He's on the show. For this and that, we're not doing that. It gets my attention. You understand? Like, I'm not going to be, and this guy did a shout out for this and that. We're not doing that.
Okay.
All right? It's just going to be me and him having this conversation. All right? Now, here's the thing. I don't know how long it's going to go. I told him, maybe like 90 minutes or more. Depends on how it goes.
Yeah.
But some of these interviews have been short. Some have been very long. It really
sounds like a normal interview at this point.
depends on all the topics and things you hit. So we'll see how it goes. Now, what I'm planning on doing is after the interview ends, much like I've done previous with these interviews last
Okay, decompression.
the stream when he's hot here. Only after he's...
Okay.
I don't care if you like Rich or hate Rich. I don't care if you like me or hate me. I don't care if you like the Kino Casino or hate the Kino Casino, because, yeah, that's what's going on right now. You are not going to want to miss the podcast tomorrow morning. It is going to be epic. Let's just put it that way.
There you go.
All right? No matter how it goes, I think it's going to make
This is not wrong there. It is epic.
history. And finally, some stuff will be hashed out. All right? All right. Now, that's the first stream.
Again, we're not going to get into the schedule. So there you go. You know what's coming here the next day. Okay?
Yeah, you can see that he had no idea what was going to happen, and he was very scared. But I think he felt like they forced his hand. So I guess let's get ahead of this and try and weave the narrative and see what's going to happen.
Yep. And I do want to say what forced Philip's hand is there was a threat from Triple P saying he would release the receipts of what they talked about. He was saying that on Twitter before about how he might, if you're scared, I'll show you whatever you need to see, Philip. I'll show you. I'll reveal it all. This is what it is right here on March 13th. So he said this in response to Kinda Sav's tweet. Triple P said, should I start dropping receipts of everything because apparently I'm so scared for Phil to reveal it all? I have a feeling he won't like what can be shown behind the curtain. And I think that's what really made DSP reveal the DMs, because he thought in his mind Triple P is definitely going to do it, so I better figure out my story for what's in there, if you know what I'm saying. So I think that's sets the stage for what happened the next day. So after that daily wrap. So this is March 19th, 2025. Before we get to that, Big Us Far, let's get some claws on as we keep moving here. Always good to have claws.
Yeah, dude.
It's always good to get claws on before you start. NW News says, set looks like the toy room of a dentist office. Fair. And NW News says, undersold and over-delivered. Yeah, that is true. That is true in this case. Let's get to it. We are going to start the Snake Eating Podcast now. Go.
They say we're good. All right, well, let's begin. So, wow. First of all, an epic moment. I think this has been a long time coming, in the making. People have wanted to see us have a conversation for a very, very long time. And thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving us your time. I want to say that up front.
What interesting. What a coincidence. What are the odds? the coincidence of this timing, just I'm sure it's all just circumstantial, right?
Oh, of course. There's absolutely no reason why it would be right now, this week, or anything. No, it just came together that way by complete, dumb luck, right?
Okay. Yes.
But you're here. That's respectable. I thank you for your time, and I want to let you know, because I told the audience this before. I know you weren't here. There is absolutely no interruptions. There's no.
Okay, we're skipping past this bullshit as usual. It takes 20 minutes to get to anything. Okay?
Why did he have to tell him about that?
I know.
It's such unnecessary bullshit.
Let me just bother you by telling you nothing's going to bother you. Just don't say anything. Anyways.
Funny that you bring up, the timing of everything, correct?
Okay.
Because obviously I tried to get you on this show back in the fall, and it fell apart. You did cancel last minute. Then you wanted to come back on, and at that point, I wasn't interested. But
we've seen those DMs before. Go ahead.
We're not here to argue about the specifics of what happened there, but I have tried to have you on, and it didn't work out for whatever reason. So now, this week, I've got you on. All right? And
oh, my God.
a lot of people are like, this is great. It's the first face-to-face of Rich versus Phil, and they're going to either have it out, or maybe this is a plot. They're going to be like buddies now because the casino has turned on Phil, and now Phil's probably looking for allies, right? And he's looking for...
and this would all turn out to be true, by the way. In the coming months, he would turn to Ethan Ralph to be an ally. He would turn to Gahul, and even his own mod.
buddies to team up with against the casino, right? That's what everyone's saying. What do you think about that?
Well, I hope to God that you knew from the beginning that was going to happen. I don't think you did, though, because you were essentially in there. You did simp for them for a while, Phil.
Yes.
One thing I found
yes,
funny
I did.
is
yes, I did.
that
Yes.
things that I've just said for years, you make it like I'm going to stalk you and dry hump your front door in the middle of the night. But when PPP said those things at the time, now you're different because the fallout and, he was calling your wife fat. But back then, it was with them, it was just razzing. What's the difference between when I said something and when PPP said something, which would be just as bad, if sometimes not worse? Why was there a difference with that?
Well, there's two things. Number one, if you have some kind of an arrangement with someone, if you're working business-wise with someone, okay, and you know that there's a mutual benefit to being associated or making content, then you give a few inches, right? You give a few fat jokes.
Well, cat is way more than a few inches.
Okay, you give a few fat jokes about your wife, obviously. Okay, go ahead. A
little bit of leeway. You'll let them get a little bit of a rise, or get a little bit of a boost, or a little bit of whatever it is on your behalf. Because, quite frankly, you're also getting a boost on their behalf by being associated or making content with them. All right? But just like everything, there's a limit to that.
No,
and what's happened
the limit is if enough detractors make fun of me for it.
PPP took it upon himself to keep pushing
the limit
those
is the tips goal, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. If the tips goal keeps getting hit, it's totally fine. He can go forever.
As far as he possibly could, thinking that he was a big shit, basically, and he could get away with whatever.
Yeah, but that was at the 11th hour, though, Phil.
Yes,
I mean,
correct, Rich.
There was actually a video of where, you tiptoed into confronting him about what he said about your wife, and you gave him a pass.
Yeah.
Also, too, there's a video that Mighty D has where you were, and this happened multiple times. It wasn't just in this video, where you would be in their kick chat in like the wee hours of the morning, text messaging them or messaging them in their chat like a teenage girl. You were gifting subs. You would go back and forth. You always say that your time.
Look at him nodding. Look at him nodding. He's so proud of that.
That was a lot of fun.
What were you doing then? You say your time is valuable. You say
I had a lot of fun with that. Yes.
Very busy. But then you were sitting there in their chat, essentially just simping, actually, which is funny. We'll talk more about simping later. But that was very strange to me.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Well,
yeah. Well,
I guess we've had a good cold open, right? I guess we'll get into it. Right? We'll actually get into the format and what this is.
So you brought up a lot of shit that I don't want to answer. Hell of a cold open. Okay, so let's get to it.
Okay, let's start the show for real now. This was just the rehearsal part. Those are some good questions. I'll
Great
consider
questions. Keep them in mind. Let's start.
So, Rich, I have to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to be very honest with you right now.
Okay.
Okay, I do have a plan for this appearance, and it's nothing whatsoever what you think it is.
Yes.
Okay, but I want you to calm down. I want you to calm down. There's no guests coming on or anything. It's just you and me.
Why do you say
promise
calm down? I mean, it's one thing you could describe Review Tech as calm at this moment, but okay, go ahead.
No special,
Okay,
no
that's fine.
shocking twists. No, oh my God.
Calm
Got you.
down, Review Tech. Stop flipping
Even if there
out.
was a guest, that would be fine.
Okay.
Good drink.
Rich, do you recognize this?
Here we go.
Here
it is.
Look on.
He's not looking. Oh, you don't see me?
Those are your poker chips, Phil. Yeah.
Correct. This is the
Uh-oh.
briefcase that was used as a prop during the co-op react that I did with Kino Casino back in the summer when we watched your documentary from June the King. And basically, it was used as a way to humiliate you over the course of that event, where every time that there was something embarrassing that happened, we would take some chips out.
Actually,
right?
that didn't actually
And
happen, but
at the end, we're at the
he took the last chip out only, I believe, if memory serves correctly. They kind of forgot the bit because it was not even funny, but
he kind of started taking them one by one in the end. It's
At
just,
the
well,
end, yeah,
this
yeah.
one is because you're fat. This one is because you're gay.
Yeah,
And this one is because you insulted me.
yeah.
very end, you had one chip left.
Yeah.
And I said, this is your chip. I'm going to hold on to it. And I had it on my screen back here. And everything, was around this chip in the casino. And you even called it out in your content. And you said, Phil, you fool. They're not your friends, but you have their memes in your content and all of that.
Yes.
I'm well aware of all that stuff that you said. Okay.
Which was true from the beginning. Everyone saw that coming from a mile away. You were a content mill for them.
Yes.
So, okay.
As you've seen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just stop talking, Rich.
I bring this up for a reason. All right. And we're going to explain it in just a moment. But I have one other question for you before I actually show you the briefcase.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm going to click something.
This.
Hang on. Let me get my.
Are you familiar
Yeah.
with the Kingsnake? The animal. You're not.
Nope.
The Kingsnake is a creature, a snake,
Ooh.
that lures other snakes into its den.
Ooh.
Dangerous snakes. Snakes that are known to already be predators.
Yeah.
Rattlesnakes and others. The king snake
Rattlesnakes
uses
and
this
others.
trick in order to make those creatures feel safe. And then the king snake surprises those creatures from behind and swallows them whole. The king snake
Are you swallowing me, Phil?
Yeah, see, like Review Tech USA is killing the flow because anyone would, because you have no idea what he's talking about yet. It's like it's such a long build-up. Are you swallowing me?
That's what makes it cinema. That's what makes it truly cinema. Is that DSP had a script made up in his head with all the dramatic timings and every moment of what to say, and Rich just didn't give a fuck, and he just fucked the whole thing up. And you can see how much that pisses DSP off. But he has to be polite.
Am I getting eaten, Phil? I don't even know. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. He's like, shut up, Rich. This is supposed to be badass.
Yeah.
You're making
Shut
it gay.
the fuck up.
surprises those creatures from behind and swallows
From
them
behind.
whole.
Hole.
The king snake.
Wow.
Are you swallowing
You got a big mouth, Phil.
Behind, get the
me,
hole.
Phil?
Hold on.
Hold
the
on.
king snake
Hang on.
eats
Oh, hold on.
other predators whole after laying a trap. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
He's pausing for applause in this moment. Holy shit! Holy shit! That's what he's waiting for.
Oh my God.
Holy shit!
He just did
Holy shit!
He's gonna swallow him, Michael. Watch out.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, it's the best.
is the briefcase.
He forgot his lines.
That was the best. Okay. I like that. Okay, wait. That okay is pretty epic.
Okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
this is the briefcase.
Okay.
This is Andy
And they're naked.
and Ashton's briefcase.
This is them having fun.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, today on this podcast, this is not the Level 1 podcast featuring RTU.
What?
Oh my god.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Level 666 podcast straight out of fucking hell. Because today, live on the show, it is time to explain to you how over the last 8 months and the last couple of years, all of my planning has finally come to fruition.
Oh.
I robbed Keno Casino. I'm not kidding.
Holy
I'm
shit.
What a huge
Holy
reaction.
Shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Everything that you have seen happen,
He's not kidding you guys. He's for real.
to God, has been part of my plan all along. Because all of you think I'm so fucking stupid. You all thought that this was he got fooled. He had the wool pulled over his eyes.
Yes.
I 100%
Uh-huh.
had this planned since day one.
Bill,
And I am going, you don't believe me.
Yes.
No, I don't believe you. I've been watching you now for over a decade. You were full in on this hook line, and so you called Andy your gaming soulmate.
Yes.
Rich,
What that may be. Yeah, well, that despite that,
I got the receipts.
okay.
And we're going to look at them together right
got
now
the receipts.
on this show.
Okay.
I got the receipts.
Are you
I would
ready?
like to see these. Yes, Philip.
This is the briefcase of
Oh
Andy
god,
and
back to
Ashton.
this.
And every single time that we go through a topic and I expose them for who they really are, they're going to lose a few chips.
Okay. He would forget about that
And we're gonna
gimmick
see
very
it.
quickly.
Yeah,
this
he
time.
didn't do that at
How
all.
many chips these two have left
Mhm.
over.
This feels like retcon to me, Phil. But sure,
Yeah.
prove it to me.
Sure.
Let me see.
Yep.
Let's get started, shall we?
Okay, let's get started, shall we? We get to the side scrollers arc is where they start talking about. He starts his explaining of the system of the snakening. Let's say, big ups to Reno Ryan says not a fan of RTU, but he handled this masterfully. Yeah, just being somewhat normal in this really turned out to be his best move, right? To just follow along and questioning and bringing up good examples, like he called Andy his gaming soulmate. And you see, DSP had no answer for any of that, so he just steamrolls through his routine. There was no like, oh, well, that's a good point, Rich, except this. But no, it never happened, right? It never happened. Comrade Alex.
Except the mic stuff.
The mic
Except
was
the
dumb.
mic
yeah.
stand stuff.
That was
But
dumb. But
it worked in completely throwing the script out the window. Because DSP
Yes.
was so flabbergasted. He was so, on the spot, he had no idea what to do. And that made it so much more cringe.
because he can't handle it. When he has anyone in the same room, like discussing things with him, DSP does not know what to do. He was derailed, and it's over. It's over. Comrade Alex says, my missus just walked in and asked, why is there a Phil and a fatter Phil on the screen? There you go. Yeah, well.
Well, they're
look similar.
manufacturing them now.
Yeah. JB10 says, he thought this was so clever just because the king snake has king in its name. Oh, God, could you imagine? Cat, listen to this. I got the great idea. The king snake, Cat. You get it? Because they call me
It
king,
swallows
too.
them whole. It sneaks up from behind. Like this.
I bet that was a flying monkey idea anyways. That's like almost like that level of thing. Someone might have said, you could be the king snake on him. Oh, yeah, that's brilliant, Duncan. That's why I pay you so much.
That might be the one and only thing that he himself came up with. Because if anything screams DSP, is just calling himself king of something. And since Keno Casino
true.
snakes people, he's going to snake them. He's the king snake.
True. Okay.
It's very deep.
Next up is Mangaka says, who told him about the king snake? Was there a documentary on Animal Planet around this time? Yeah, that's what we were saying. I don't know. Something got in his mind. I guess someone might have said in his chat he just hung on to it too, But AJ says, Phil really acted like this was a Darth Sidious tier level of a plan he came up with. Yeah, he think this was really brilliant. But obviously you guys know it was. And in fact, I'll show you when he gets to them again. But all this planning of the DMs he's about to show in a second were all done the previous day. And in that previous day, he took the night stream off for taxes, by the way. And you can put 2 and 2 together there. Why did he have to take off time for taxes the day before? Well, he had to put together his big snake eating plan, Swaggy Davis Jr. says, when you make RTU look good, it's over, Chief. Correct.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's over. It's over. Okay, so let's get to it. When he starts talking, he's going to mention, first the story starts with his side-scrollers escapades, okay? So let's start with that.
All right. I'm going to be honest with you and the internet right now.
Please.
Back in 2023, when I did that side-scrollers interview, and that interview went how it did, and I walked out of there thinking, not a lot of people are going to like me. But at least that interview's out there, and now I don't have to worry about this bullshit anymore. And then the next day,
because those interviews make you seem disingenuous, Phil. Like, think about how simple.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean,
show
it is fair enough.
Hey, just show me that down from, which we know is your account now, which we know you're still using, by the way. Down from the rafters is my WWE Champions account. My sweaty man addiction is there.
Yeah.
And then you
True.
were like,
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I got to protect my family, which made no sense, Phil. That made zero sense. How does showing a username in a game, that's the equivalent of like showing a gamer tag on like your Xbox Series X. And you said, and then when you had him on the show, and he said, I forget the exact wording. I just thought of this now. I do have notes, by the way, but he was like, so you weren't telling the truth, and you said to him, it doesn't matter if I was telling the truth or not. It's still an answer.
Yes.
That's right. Because I wasn't there to give them some kind of an insane, truthful expose on anything.
Truthful
Insane,
expose.
truthful expose.
I wasn't there to tell the truth, Rich, okay? Get that through your fucking head.
The whole idea was I give you an interview. Doesn't matter if you like it or not, but I'll give you an interview.
Okay.
And then we're supposed to actually continue on with content. I was supposed to be a regular guest on their show, which was actually the original premise of being on it, is that I was going to be on there, add my 2 cents towards topics and everything, get some exposure.
And no one in their right mind wants that.
Maybe bring some views.
As he's learned, even Asmongold doesn't want that. He can't get that from anybody. No one on the right... Yeah, no content creator on the internet is going to bring on... Maybe Jake James Lugo, okay? There's one. But who else is going to get Phil on? What do you think about the new the Twitch CEO stuff, Phil? Go ahead, rip into him, Phil. It's just a sideshow. But go ahead, Bearcat. Sorry.
I don't understand why he thinks somebody wouldn't think it's shameless as fuck to expect to lie to the guy for like 5 hours and then keep doing videos with him. Like, you just straight up lied to him, and you want to keep doing videos with him and make
Mario
content
Kart
together.
Let's play Mario Kart
It's so
together.
embarrassing. Wow.
Viewers over to my channel. Some of my viewers go to their channel. They didn't give me that respect because after the interview, they decided to make endless amounts of content for weeks to months about me, crapping on me and making tons of money. And the problem is that negates the whole premise of the interview. An interview is supposed to be you just ask questions, you give answers, and then the audience has to judge for themselves.
Right.
Not right after the interview ends, the interviewers say, oh, well, that whole thing was bullshit. We don't like that guy, and he's an asshole. Don't believe him.
They never directly said the thing he's trying to make you say, that we don't like that guy, he's an asshole. What they did say was just that he was lying the whole time and they don't believe him. But I know in DSP's mind that's the same thing, but that's really what they did. Also, they read super chats about people that absolutely didn't believe DSP, of course. But that's just what they do. They said they were going to do it.
Sure, yeah.
They read super chats. And then they said, we don't believe him. That's it. And then DSP, it turns out they were right because DSP admitted to lying the entire time.
Yeah. And he expected that to be okay. Like for them to somehow not be upset by that.
So I don't know. I mean, this is something. I mean, anyone with anyone that's not a DSP fan can see that this is ridiculous. That what he wishes happened, his timeline is so fucked up because it starts with him lying, and then they have to be okay with that lying, and then they're going to just do stuff together for the rest of time. All right. I mean, that's not how life works. If someone says the sky is red, after the interview, people are going to say, hey, man, that person said the sky is red. That's a little weird, huh? That was crazy how he did that, huh, Meerkat? Wow. That's how it happens when you just straight up lie.
Completely disingenuously conducted that interview if that's how you behave yourself after, in my opinion. So
Phil, every radio show or talk show has after shows about the guests that they have on. And you weren't truthful, so their take on you was right. So I'm not really sure where you're coming from with that. Like,
fair enough, but that's not even what we're here for today. Okay, and I get it. We already argued about the side scrollers thing for ages. They're not even
perfect rebuttal, Rich, but therefore I can't say anything else about it. Move on.
the topic of discussion here. But after the side scrollers thing,
okay, moving on. Okay,
I've had enough of people on the internet always constantly using me as the butt of their joke, talking about me, using me to make money.
Yes.
And doing everything they possibly can in order to kind of, mess with me and just get over on my behalf. And I realized at that point, the only way that I was going to be able to change things was to actually do something for myself. But there's no way that I could actively do it publicly. Because if I did it publicly, then everyone would just laugh. Because everyone thought I was a big meme and a big joke, right?
Yes.
And to some extent, people still do.
Yes.
I got a little bit more of a boost since
this stream right here solidifies that. That is his idea, his execution, completely his solo endeavor, and it confirms he is a lol cow.
Yes. Remember later he said this. It was all his idea. He wanted to do everything. This is all his choice. All the actions he took were his choices. Okay, let's go.
Last 8 months, but not much. But what no one realized is that I decided for myself to do something with initiative. And I said, I want to try to actually get over on one of these people who's one of these content creators who's constantly a misery broker. And I know you've heard me say that before. But I think a misery broker is someone who literally doesn't make content for themselves. All they do is they look at other people's misery. They report on it. They make fun of it. They laugh at it.
Exactly.
And then they make a bunch of money. So a day when it's a bad day for someone else is a good day for them. But in reality, if it weren't for other people, they wouldn't be able to ever have any popularity. It's the only reason they get anything.
So what you're saying, this whole entire thing for your casino arc was 4D chess that you were playing them to the point that you would hurt your own reputation and career?
Rich, not only that, I cased probably 6 or 7 different individuals who I thought
6, 7?
Maybe
6, 7.
get in their good graces.
Ahead of the meme, dude. He was before it was popular.
And see what would happen. And after looking at all of these different people, all right, someone in my chat one day had said, did you hear about Kino Casino? Did you hear that they're also making fun of Review Tech? Just like you are, or just like he's making fun of you and back and forth. And did you hear that they're constantly making fun of him in their content? Okay. And I said, no, I don't know anything about these guys. I didn't. But I went over there and I actually watched their content once. And I knew from the first moment that I started watching their show, this was going to be the one that was going to work if I was going to try to make this happen. Okay. Now, Rich, I'm going to be honest with you again. You have unwittingly been a part of this since day one because you were the reason that I contacted them. You were the reason why I affiliated with them. The whole co-op, react to your documentary.
At least that's one thing that Andy said was true. I wasn't as unwitting as you think, but yes. Ashton kept on saying that you went to him. Now
yes, that is true.
That is
the first reach out. The first reach around was from DSP to them because they were calling him King. Remember that? And we played the clip before about them literally saying, "Would it be funny if we had DSP on the show and called him King for a while and
And at the time, they were A-logging Review Tech USA and comparing him actively to Phil and being like, even Phil can do that, and you can't do it. So that's what made DSP look their way and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe it can work out. They don't hate me all that much.
Yes.
And this is where we are.
All they need is all DSP needs is one person to say something, even the slightest of positive comment is enough for DSP to say, oh, those guys like me. And that's exactly what happened here. Oh, wow, they call me king. They think I'm cool. And then he reached out to them as soon as he could. So here we go.
It's actually accurate. Okay.
You're gonna see it's accurate because I'm gonna show you all of it. I have it all right here, and we're gonna look at it together. But I just need everyone to understand what the premise is and what's going on here. Is that the whole idea was to get in the good graces of the casino.
To do what?
To find a way to collab that was going to get me over, that was going to get me some popularity, make me some money, but also at the same time, make them think I'm some kind of a fucking idiot so that they will always think that I'm indebted to them, that I'm always going to...
Okay, well, let them finish, and I'm going to ask the question.
Do what they say, because I know how they are. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
We know Ashton. We know Andy. These guys are not squeaky clean. These guys have burned every bridge. They don't have friends.
Okay, so that is true for DSP as well. He's burned every bridge, and he doesn't have any friends.
Yes.
But go ahead.
But well, hold on. Both of them, they're friends with each other. So that's not true. They have at least one friend.
And I don't get what is the goal of getting in their good graces so they'll think you do everything for them. Like, I really want him to say this. And also explain, what did he take from the Keno Casino? Because the only thing he took was lower viewership that they once had, because he gave them a massive boost in money and views. So it seems like they received a lot from this. But all right, let's see. He's going to explain later, I guess.
Not squeaky clean.
And also, one last thing, because I think people oftentimes overlook that he just said that he wanted to seem like a complete idiot. But if he was so smart and it was such a deep plan, then why couldn't he come up with a way to pull this whole thing off without being a complete cuck and without looking even more like a joke?
Yes, without revealing information about family members and people making fun of Kat with you in the same, stream with them. Say, oh, how dare you? Anyways, this is Piper Niven,
They've burned every bridge. They don't have friends.
Okay.
They can't have friends.
Absolutely. Yet you were still absolutely dying to work with them, though.
Oh, not dying to work with them. They were a means for
to
me
what?
To finally get out of the position that I was in, being the whipping boy of the internet. And that was the intention from day one.
How did that happen?
Everything that I laid out, every conversation I had with them, every late night bullshit session I had with them when I should have been asleep, every time I was on their streams kissing their butt
bullshit session.
Your bullshit. That's one way to call it.
Super memberships or whatever, was all part of this. And they think they have something on me. They're insane. How they didn't know.
They do.
How they didn't know that everything I was saying was fake, I don't know. Because, I'll give you some examples here.
Oh, please. Let's get some examples of things he said that was fake. Because we have, we're going to see all the lists. So here we go. What did he say that was fake?
I said, my wife was sick and she had found God.
Right?
That's the first example you have? Wow. So you said my wife was sick and found God as a joke to win them over. Okay. Next up. Go ahead.
And now because of that, I can't do this idea that you came up with. And they bought it. I said...
They bought it. Insinuating that you should question DSP when he says his wife is sick and has found God.
Yeah, right? And he's talking about it like it's this absurd thing. Oh my God, how would they even believe that my wife is sick and found God? Why would you even lie about this?
They believe that way too easily. They didn't even push back on that one. What an idiot. That's what he's saying. Jesus, Triple P is so gullible. He didn't even ask any background questions about my wife. What a dumb fuck. He just bought it.
Oh, my rabbit is sick, so I can't do the show today. My mom is sick, so I have to fly.
Yes!
I keep saying sick, like every excuse was someone's sick.
And because people believe that shit without second guessing it. Because that's how people are in general. Unless you go to that well one too many times, what DSP clearly does. But most people will believe when you say your pet's sick. It's just a thing people do because no one would believe you would lie about that to get over on somebody. Because that's a fucked up thing to do. But remember, this is all his plan. He wanted to do this. Okay, so far we've lied about our wife being sick, our parents being sick, and our rabbit being sick, because we wanted to trick him into liking us more. Okay.
Yet they bought it every time.
Yes.
Every fucking time.
or you were just nervous to go do it, so you canceled on it.
But the point I'm making here is
that may be true, but the point I'm making here, Review Tech,
I basically manipulated them as much as I could to make them do what I wanted. I got what I wanted. And then when I knew they were going to eventually turn on me, because we all knew that from the get-go, right? We knew they were going to turn.
Okay.
That's kind of just gross, too, Phil. You would say that your family members were sick to get out of doing things with them?
Oh,
to
it's
get
not,
a one-up on them?
No. It's not to get out of doing things with them. It's to basically have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true. Because
there you go. So real quick, just for anyone that needs a recap, DSP is saying he lied to them about his parents' health, his pet's health, and his wife's health. So he had a way to make them believe things he wants them to do or doesn't want to do. And he's fully admitting it right now, okay? So any future interview with DSP needs to have that part. So he literally is saying, I am okay. In fact, proud of the fact that I lied about my parents, pets, and wife's health to get over on them. All right.
I believe, as a European peasant, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a word used to describe this. I think it's called manipulation.
Yes. Manipulation is it.
Sounds like it.
He's a master manipulator.
Obviously proudly admits it, so that makes him a lot cooler.
Yes, I definitely can't wait to interview him. He'll definitely tell the truth this time. Or he might not, but it's still an interview, I guess. Velvet says, Phil thinks he's Hulk, but really he's Horace Hogan. Is Horace Hogan a lesser-known wrestler? I don't know Horace. I know Hortense.
Horace is, it's Hulk Hogan's nephew or somebody. They tried to push him in WCW. It was the worst thing ever. It was like discount bin Stone Cold.
Okay, cool. So Hedy says, to be a fly on the wall when Kat found out that not only was the resurgence over, but the Kingsnaking was the defense plan. I'm sure she got a much more sparkling description, to be fair. I bet he told her, I bet she got a whole different story. Everyone was loving it. Review Tech was like, what, Phil? You're a genius. And I was like, huh? Yeah, definitely. It's really like that, Kat. Everyone loves me now. You know, she gets all that shit. Rodrigo says, can't fathom how there's still people who think Phil is a good, honest person after hearing him say, I gave you answers, it's all lies, but I still answered. Exactly. And this is on par with that. This is on, I think you could say even worse, right? I lied about my family's health on the internet and shared it with everyone I still am waiting for the bottom line of why we did that. So far it's been to get out of doing things, and then it's to have things on them so I can do what I want. I think he's going to say it here. Let's get to this. Hold on.
Have a way to make them believe that everything I'm saying is true.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So just to have a way to make them believe everything I'm saying is true. That's why he lied about his family, is to have a way for them to agree, to believe everything I say. So I'm lying about things people don't lie about, so they believe things I say. I mean, that's pretty fucking bad, man.
You know,
that's pretty fucking bad.
It kind of takes away the fun of pointing this out and calling it out for how toxic it is when the guy openly just admits to it and is proud of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's less fun. How could he do that to us?
This is why if you're any DSP fan out there that's not something that really, that guy is cool and based. He lies about his family, so people believe him. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how that works, but all right, cool. Let's keep going.
Because no one is going to think that someone's going to just pull that out of their ass.
Exactly.
But to beat a snake, you have to be the better snake. Rich.
Oh.
It's the only way to do it. You have to make them believe the lies. And man, did I pull the wool over their eyes for the last 8 months until finally I had enough. And the truth is, I had enough for 2 reasons. Number 1, the disrespect to my family. And number 2, because I wasn't getting anything out of the collaboration anymore.
Uh-huh.
These guys, all right, have some of the worst ideas I've ever seen for content. They were pitching ideas that would have worked, but they didn't have any clout to make the ideas happen.
Oh yeah, this was his big get on that. Okay, let's go forward a little bit here. His big cut down of them was the fact that they don't have the ways to get his interview with Medicare and Mudahar. That's really what he's going to say here, but let's let him say it.
Couldn't make anything work that would have made us money. It was cancellation, denial, cancellation, denial, after. It was like endless.
Phil, I'm not a fan of the casino, but they did have the clout and the money to make things happen. I think the only person believing this in this stream right now is you.
Yes.
I don't. Rich, I mean, how do you do so? You're trying to tell me to believe that for the past 8 months, when you were sitting there gifting them subs, simping for them like hours upon hours on end, trying to get them to pay attention to you, like they were Beavis and Butthead and you were Stewart, that this was all some big plan to get vengeance on people that if you never affiliated with, you would be in a better position than you are now. You went, Phil, it's just a fact. You saw that there was an opportunity there. They feigned friendship with you.
Yes.
You called Andy Worski your gaming soulmate. You were so into all this to the point that you let them shame you. And now in the end, after all is said and done, you come out on the other end looking worse, and you're trying to tell me that this is 4D chess. Come on, Phil.
Rich,
come on.
I could never possibly come out at the end of anything looking worse. You understand that, right?
What?
Like, I have been the joke of the internet for over a decade.
Oh, so people have such a low opinion of me already, Rich. It couldn't get any worse, dumb fuck. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he's trying to make it seem like he made some sort of a sacrifice to expose them for how toxic they are. And he's like he's the Jesus of lolcows. He died to expose how toxic everybody is, and now he just still looks bad.
Rich, you know how many people fucking hate me? It can't get any worse, okay? Dumb bitch.
No one listens to me. Even when I have valid things to say, they do that stupid meme that's like, oh, the guy that you hate the most or the worst guy you know finally made a good comment, right?
Yeah, see? He reads every single comment on Twitter about him, guys. You see that? Because people always do that. They do that every time he has a point, and that gets him so fucking hard. Look at it. Yeah, the guy you hate makes a good point.
Stupid meme that's like, oh, the guy that you hate the most or the worst guy you know finally made a good comment, right? So there's nothing to lose. There was only anything to gain. My viewers don't give two shits about the drama
they do.
At all.
They do.
They don't want the drama. And that's why.
Yeah, so why'd you give it to him for 8 months?
To the point where these guys wanted me to completely change who I was, all of my content into drama content. That's when I basically broke it off, and they completely lost their minds because they're so angry that I was the one in charge of the situation all along and not them. All right? Enough of us chatting about this. And by the way,
you weren't in charge of the situation. You absolutely weren't. But
you feel free to go ahead. You feel free to chime in. I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Right? You feel free to chime in whenever you want. But the reason you're here is very simple. I want you to witness this going down, okay? And you were the one who basically started the whole thing with me reaching out to them and us reacting to your react.
Yeah.
So, or your documentary, excuse me. So it's only fair that you be a part of this. You understand where I'm coming from? You think that that's a fair thing to have you here?
Sure, Phil. Let's see what you got, boy. Let's see.
Let's see what you got. I'll show at the end. I'm going to spoil it because Review Tech will get kicked out here. But why was Rich on the show? Okay. And really, this is why. Okay. So this is a few days later, and I think it's worth showing now, though, so you can see, because you might be questioning, why the fuck was Review Tech on here? Here is what DSP was looking for from Rich.
Wait a minute. Would you have him again as a guest? Would you have done the Kino receipts with someone else because of how it went with Rich? Wait, what? No, not would you have him again as a guest? Would you have done the Kino receipts with someone else because of how it went? Oh,
there we go.
I understand. You're saying, in retrospect, would it have been better for me to do that with someone else? Of course. I thought, again,
this is what he
reason
wanted.
I did that, okay, it's very simple. The only reason I did it is because I legit felt a little bad for him, because at the beginning of all of this, during last summer, this is really...
It's because he felt bad for him.
Where it started to spiral out of control. All right, for him, was when we teamed up to react to his documentary. And I feel like during that react, I was fair to him, but they were not. They were bringing up personal stuff and shit that wasn't even
I was
in
fair.
the documentary.
Mhm.
All right. So I felt legit bad. And I was like, I want to have him on. Hopefully he gets it. This is full circle. We'll use the briefcase as the same prop. We'll get the casino back for all the shit they put him through and stuff
Got
like
him.
that.
Yeah.
But he's just so dense, he didn't understand. He just wanted to sit there and ask about my mic and fucking memory cards and shit. And everyone's like, what is he fucking talking about? This isn't the subject matter of the show. Like, what?
You didn't tell him.
Like, what are you doing? You know? So, yeah, you're right. I should have had, if I could have or should have, maybe I should have had someone else who wanted to play ball and would have been a better guest.
Like who? Who else is left? Toothless?
Gahul.
There you go.
Yeah.
What do you mean
He's
he
gonna
benefits
do
nothing
anything.
from it? Are you crazy? First of all, Rich does have supporters. You have to understand that. He does. And
I wouldn't hear this. Review Tech does have supporters. Okay, I know some people. I saw some people said we're going to skip this, but we can't skip this. We have to show the mic stand segment, don't we? Here we go.
So no, it doesn't. Your mic actually sounds worse than your previous mic.
Yes.
Many people have said it. You're using your mic wrong, and I feel like you're using your mic wrong just out of pride to get back at me and other people that are telling you
Yes.
that you're Phil, put the mic, get a different stand, put it so it's here near your mouth, and you don't have to have these 8 billion different filters in OBS that makes it sound like you sound like you're going through puberty again. Your voice sounded significantly fuller and better before. You know, and who cares about the mic stand in and of itself? It just shows, Phil, how you're disingenuous and why I can't believe you about this whole master plan.
The mic is what shows
Yes.
I'm disingenuous. And that's why you can't believe the evidence I'm about to show you.
Yes. Also, we could go into too when you got that mini PC. When you just make up facts
Folks,
off the top of your
Folks,
head.
if anything, all right, let it be said.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to get Rich involved in this because I thought he would add something. I thought he'd be interested in what I've done here. But I guess he's more interested in
I'm
arguing
interested. I'm
little
interested.
idiosyncrasies of nonsense. This is what he thinks is entertaining to the internet.
No,
This is
It's not
amazing.
idiosyncrasies. It's not idiosyncrasies. Phil, what about? Can I ask a question? Now that mic stand that boom arm that you got, you realize I actually found it. I have it right here. You spent how many hours and you ended up breaking the boom arm, right?
Oh, he did do that.
Why
That
do
is
you
true,
make
though.
your audience do your work for you instead of you looking up? It's a
Folks.
Shure Broadcast 1 mic.
Can't answer this,
Folks.
though.
Don't say folks. Don't say folks yet. Don't say folks yet. There's a minute and 30-second mic video. Why couldn't you look that up instead of having a multi-hour stream
Folks.
where your audience's time you have to understand is valuable? Like, I got a flash cart that I found in a drawer. I had to find new firmware for it. Not going to
Oh,
get.
see.
Point being is that I looked into things myself, looked it up myself. I didn't fire up a stream and say, "Hey guys, watch me be a dumbass and look how to make this flash cart work." These all tie into why anyone with a modest intelligence is not going to be like, "Man, Phil was getting the one up on them."
Rich.
Because you. What? Yes, please talk to me, Phil.
For a decade, you had a channel called Review Tech USA.
Uh-huh.
And in the last 5 minutes that you have wasted of everyone's time, you have reviewed more tech than you did in your entire decade on your own channel.
Well,
Okay, but that still doesn't take away from what I'm saying right now.
Yeah,
You
that-
are the
that didn't-
master
that
of
didn't
bad
hit.
timing and how to make things that are exciting incredibly fucking boring. Good God, man. Don't you understand?
How is it boring when I'm saying things like you?
Oh my God.
You
Dude,
said
Aliens would be landing outside
here we go.
and you would be talking about how your stove is malfunctioning.
Oh, great one.
Like, what
Got him.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Whoa.
Your stove would be
I'm not
malfunctioning.
here to talk about a microphone, you incredible buffoon. Could you stop
But
for
the
5
mic-
seconds
No,
and
don't get
just
angry. I'm
stop
not angry.
wasting everyone's time so we can
Don't
actually
get
talk about the
angry.
subject matter?
I am not angry. You also talk. It's What I'm trying to tell you, Phil, is that you see why it's hard to believe you. You also just recently said you can't have another Castlevania marathon. There's only 4 classic Castlevania games.
Rich,
Is that true, Phil?
we have several topics to choose from. All right, we do.
As you can see, the folder was created the day before 9:25 p.m. That is when he was doing his taxes, just for the record there on this this folder.
I would like to let you choose a topic that we can delve into first. Okay, which topic would you like to delve into? We've got Mudahar. It's a Gundam, which is a nice one because apparently It's a Gundam was coming on their show on Friday. So you'd be interested to see what PPP has to say about him.
Shout out to It's a Gundam. He's my dude. Continue.
Medicare and how they basically ball suck this guy constantly and think that he's the end all be all of content. 2 entire folders of their incredibly awful ideas that I had to keep shutting down because they were so bad.
Well, DSP's ideas were Guntbusters.
PPP incredibly embarrassing himself because he actually thought that like we were like bosom buddies or possibly he's gay. I'm not sure. We'd have to see there. And then basically how it fell apart. Also things that they said about Keemstar that I think you'll find pretty interesting. Or we could just look at the very few things that I talked about with Wars.
Even if all of this is true, I don't know if he realized that Triple P has plausible deniability for all of this. He can say that he was faking it, and it would be way more believable if compared to DSP saying that he was faking it. He could have been said that he did it for the drama, or even if he said it was all true, who fucking cares? He talks shit about It's a Gundam. I'm sure he's going to take it very poorly.
Yes. He's trying to, I guess he's trying to get this thing back on the rails here. He does kick out Review Tech here. He makes a poll.
Too, when I've
recently, we didn't even talk about that behind.
Doesn't matter. I show more skin than she does.
That's not in here because that just happened recently. We didn't even talk about that behind the scenes. We only talked about that on the show. So what you've seen there on, Smart Guys.
There's nothing to see.
There was nothing behind the scenes to talk about. So
that was just you being salty, but okay.
So what would you like to talk about? Or should I just pick one? By the way, for the record, everyone's telling me to just dump you from the show because you've already derailed it so poorly, and they just want me to do this for myself. But I'm keeping you on here out of good faith. So what would you like to do?
Phil, you have over 1,300 viewers right now. I'm not seeing, the only one seeing is maybe because a couple people who want Ethan Ralph to come on, but no one's saying to dump me from the show. This is the most viewership. Like, you would need to do like 6 streams to get this much viewership.
They're not here for you, though, Rich. They're not here for you. I hate to tell you.
But why is Rich here then?
Yeah, 2 long cows fighting it out. Yeah.
So you
wait. They didn't even know what this stream was going to be about. Why else would they be there? Because he advertised Review Tech USA and they showed up for him.
They're there for Review Tech versus DSP, which is how DSP pitched it.
Get this much viewership every day?
No, it's because I'm doing what I'm doing right now.
No.
You being on this, I'm doing this as a service to you because I did use you as the way to get this entire arc started. So I felt like it would be a respectful thing to do to have you on the show while I go through this. But I mean, if you're not interested,
press 1 if you want me to stay. Press 2 if you want me to go.
So I mean, if you're not interested, if you just want to talk about mics and shit, we could do that on another show. But that would not be this one.
There's the poll.
So what would you like to do?
It's Phil. There's mostly 1s here, Phil. There's only a handful of 2s.
Okay. Are you going to pick a topic? Or
you got to pick a topic and dumb shit. Okay, so let me get to when he actually does kick him out.
Phil, I think you thought this is going to be like some like battered wife. Like, yes, let's go. I don't care about the kid. I really don't give a shit. I don't care about.
And he was gone. See?
Yeah. Well,
so he got banned.
So I guess we'll continue on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. I tried, everyone. Really, I did. I tried to make it entertaining.
I think the wife word really got to him there. He doesn't want to bring up anything about his wife again. So there you go. DSP, as you can see, was opening up single files, and this is all his busy work he did the night before. He would title the folder the main point, and then screenshot parts of the DMs and have different individual lines for them. So, for example, PvP sells the fight as the biggest thing ever. We plot together how to crush It's a Gundam. Phil is skeptical, but we'll play ball with Gundam. Cat got sick and found religion after the Gundam interview. PPP takes bait and says he's sending tips. Triple P fails again. No Gundam. So this was a big ill of the whole thing, is that they couldn't get the guests in the end of the day. Here's another one that I got from this stream. Worski, hi, here's my YouTube. He spent all this time writing these, by the way. This is all his time getting ready, prepared for
seething.
this. Worski is terrified because the Clips channel put up a bad thing. Worski loves my gameplay, and I'm concerned. We can't be held responsible for pedos. I act angry at not being verified. I act angry, by the way. I act angry at not being verified. Joke's on you. I was just pretending to be pissed. Verified denial part 2. Why doesn't Ashton respond to me anymore? I'm down for gaming collabs that never happened. Yeah, because they knew that no one wants that shit. Worski Coke allegations resurface. Wow.
Wow, that's a great kick name.
Yeah, please, someone do that. It's okay to roast me. Okay, it's okay to roast me, not cat though. Me. Actually feeling bad because Worski lost his cat. In this case, he wasn't acting, guys. He actually was feeling bad. Okay, he wrote it right there. And then
Worski, he made sure to write it down.
Worski
Note to self: I actually felt bad.
Worski panics that I unfollowed him on Valentine's Day. So that's Worski panicking. But it was all acting the whole time, okay? He was very much
Bro, this all sounds like fucking Duty video titles. Like, DSP might turn out to be better than Duty at making these. That's
Cat
some
got sick
raw
and
talent
found
here.
religion. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the clickbait channel. It's clickbait. PPP takes the bait and says he's sending tips.
Oh, my God.
Worski,
What's up, you guys? It's Duty back with another banger video.
Worski again finds Coke. Wait, Worski gets into Coke again. Wow.
Wow.
Nick says, fave part is at the end when Philip topples his set. Oh, yeah, that's coming. That's coming when the goodbye happens. Sfar says, RTU is trying to say DSP was too stupid to make the snake eating work and it went way over his head. Exactly. That was the point Review Tech was trying to make there, is that he's too stupid. Right? Like, he's like, dude, you clearly are dumb. Like, people, now you want us to believe you did this eighth month scam? And like,
yeah.
But Zaylin says, 2 40-year-old men powering a plant with cringe. Yeah, that's what they're doing. We could only harness that power. The NYC Golden Glover says, RTU may be a loser, but next to DSP, he's an alpha. Ooh, that's a big statement. I'm not going that far, but at least he seems more level-headed when he's on with Philip, I think.
Yeah.
He can reel it in,
he came across as a normal guy. And I hate to say this because I don't like him.
If you just saw him on that stream and knew nothing about him, you would think he's a normal person. There's no way this guy's a lolcow, you would think. Chuck Berry says, not to give RTU too much credit, but someone finally calling him out on the pretending everyone in chat is saying this thing that I want to say, but I'm too scared to say with my chest. BS was so great. Exactly. That's why DSP can't do anything with anyone that's not extremely positive towards him, because they call him out on his lies instantly, right? And that's what he can't have, and Review Tech was doing that. That's why I got to kick him out. You can't say what's really going on in chat, Review Tech. What are you, dumb? Well, you can't do that, idiot. Next up, JB says, I'm convinced Phil thinks conversations are like turn-based RPG combat, where he takes his turn monologuing and then his opponent takes their turn. That's a funny thought. And then, like, it doesn't matter what the other person says. You just go back to what you were saying anyway, That may be. Well, fair enough.
He did that with Panda Lee all the time, but didn't even bother to say fair enough or acknowledge what she said. He just would move on.
Yeah. So anyways, all right, moving on. Let's get to the next up. We have to talk about being the villain, okay? This is one thing DSP went to many times and said Kino Casino wanted him to be the villain, but he didn't want to do that, okay? So let's talk about that.
Times more money, you get 10 times more views, all right? And I explained to PPP, listen, I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I got a wife, and she's not been feeling well, and she found religion. And
remember, this is all lies, though, right, DSP? We forgot about that? Yeah. This is all lies.
He doesn't want me involved in this kind of drama stuff, okay? Now, you guys already know, because I already told you this, some of that is true.
Okay.
Actually, last year, Kat actually did have some health problems.
So it was true then.
All right? So you're going to see me talking about some of that.
So you did use your wife as a pity shield then? Very specifically and meaningfully and intentionally. Okay, got it.
In these logs, all right? But in reality, and by the way, I can take off these headphones now, thankfully, okay? Basically, I don't want to change myself to be completely a drama guy. I'll do drama, all right? But these guys are trying to push me to the absolute extreme. They're trying to make it
Like
so
what?
that I will be hated by everyone on the internet, but it doesn't matter because I'll make big money,
Mhm.
all right? So basically, I was like, I'm going to make something up. Now, every good lie starts with a nugget of truth. So what's the truth? Well, my wife had been feeling ill last year. She did have some health problems. That's actually why she stopped appearing in my content for a while. But that's not ongoing. But they don't know that.
Yeah.
What?
She doesn't have an ongoing sickness, dumb shit. It's not.
She doesn't believe in God right now.
She's
She
not.
used to.
She's not terminal, idiots. It's just been going on for this whole year. It's not terminal. That's the part they bought. Can you believe it? Idiots.
So what do? You tell the sob story. She's not feeling good.
That was true.
On religion. I can't be the villain. All right? I can't go that far.
Then that he would later admit recently, remember in New Year's, did he admit that part's real too? That they found religion more? And they say, oh God, I wish you the best or whatever. Remember he said that part? He got religious side Phil last year a little bit. So that was true too.
Now, what's funny is PPP bought it so bad that he's telling...
Again, there's easy things to bring up about Triple P to make fun of him. But now DSP is trying to make fun of him because he believed his wife was sick. That's not one of the things to make fun of Triple P about. Right? Wow, Triple P, what a dumb shit. You believe the story about my wife being sick? What an asshole.
That far. Now, what's funny is PPP bought it so bad.
He's sympathetic. He's gullible.
That he's telling me that he's going to send people over to tip me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because I don't know if you guys are aware. Nobody tips on Kick. Kick is just subs. So I don't even really know what he was like saying.
Oh
there.
my God. He expects Triple P to know that DSP's audience doesn't really tip on Kick. How did he not know that? Idiot. Throw it onto the pile of dumb shit Triple P did. He didn't know that my Kick audience doesn't actually tip. Idiot.
Maybe maybe it was true. Maybe he actually felt bad, or maybe he was trying to glaze me even further. Like, I'll try to send even more people your way, even though at this point, we're talking early October. Some of the momentum was already slowing down.
That's not even true.
It all started in August.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, we continue on.
He had 2 months of massively inflated views. It lasted 2 months exactly, and you can see in the view count, that's when it dipped. Those 2 months of more money and more views.
And
more than double the length of the Asmund bump, for the record. But yeah, go ahead. And Asmund bump didn't even give him a view bump. The Asmund bump for views is a pittance compared to the Triple P bump, let's say.
so he says it changes perspective on the situation, but nothing changed after this. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So I clear out my slot or whatever. All right, here we go. Here is the results of what happens with PPP and Gundam. Get this. After
Get
all
this.
of Gundam's tough, scrappy dude talk of let me at him, he bitched out of the interview. I think he's legitimately scared because it became real. That's what PPP has to say about
What? Oh my God! Cancel this man! What? He couldn't even get Gundam for an interview? Kill him!
everything. He says first, this guy's a bitch. This guy, you're going to destroy him. Here's all the stuff we can use against him. Then he says, after all this time that he's begging us to do stuff, he bitched out. He's a wimp.
So now what?
And here it is,
So
right in
what?
black and white. This is not me making it up. This is not hearsay. This is them actually talking shit about It's a Gundam super strongly, okay?
So like I said, they got plausible deniability. He can just say he was LARPing to glaze DSP, literally.
Yes. And you think?
So this is
It's the Gundam's going to come after
Stupid.
Kino Casino because of the DMs with DSP. That's what he
was
thinks is
hoping
going to
that
happen.
would happen.
I know.
He was
How
hoping
dumb
that
can
would
you
happen.
be?
He
How
wanted to make he wanted to get Mudahar to be like in a beef with him. He wanted to get Keemstar to be in a beef with him. Yeah, he was just hoping that he would stir the pot enough that he would just get away unscathed, like the little cockroach he is.
Come on.
And ended up blowing up in his face.
How dumb can you fucking be to think, oh, yeah, Gundam's going to drop some expose because, yeah, I've seen the Kino Casino DMs. It's ridiculous. They're talking shit about me, you know? Yeah, I like Phil now. I mean, come on, man.
So bad.
Okay, here we go.
Because it's two things.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So we have to go over this one. This is a big one. Okay, so this is DSP again when he has nothing else to. Well, so far we've seen what he's called out the Kino Casino on. They couldn't land big guess like it's a Gundam, and also they believed his lies too much, and those lies include health scares of his family. That's the two things that Kino Casino have done so far. I mean, I could stop there and you understand how much of an asshole they're being, those two are being. But there's one more thing they did, which is a worse sin of all. This one's even a worst sin, okay? Here it is.
Dude, why are you doing that? Why? No one cares about Hogan. He's not even part of the show, really, right? Well, it all came to fruition when this happened.
There we
Out of
go.
the blue.
Out of the blue, in DMs with
Hey,
a
Phil,
friend.
when was the last time you got to go on a vacation or a trip? I know this might be beyond your comfort zone, but Hulk Hogan has a bar in Tampa Bay called Hogan's Hangout. And for the Super Bowl this year, he's going to be at the bar with a bunch of other wrestler friends. I think I'm going to fly down for the event and rent a table. I want to offer you to pay for your flight and hotel if you want to come down for the weekend. We could drink and hang out, and you could film videos, and it would be a tax write-off. You know, I know it's crazy, but it's something fun that we could do. And maybe we could meet Hogan. Okay? Now,
Yeah?
you might say, does that sound like a paid vacation for Phil and his family? No, because it's not.
Why
All
not?
right? I had been talking with these guys for months.
Yeah.
All right? Night after night, behind the scenes, making them feel like I'm their friend, building up confidence. Particularly PPP was the one who I talked to the most.
Because Worski didn't write back enough. That's the only reason. He would love to have spoken to Worski more, but Worski was not as fast on the replies. We've seen that in the DMs. But go ahead.
All right? And out of nowhere, we had never had any plans to ever do anything, you know, in person. We never, you know, oh, let's hang out or nothing. Never. It was
DSP just finished that sentence by saying he's been talking to them for months in their chat rooms, in the DMs, right? So you could almost say that was building towards asking a real, content to be made in real life. But okay, there's been no talk of that yet.
you know, it's a business relationship. It's
Yes.
supposed to be work, right?
That's what Triple P is suggesting here too.
All of a sudden, he takes it to the next level. All right? And I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I see something like this, I actually felt bad because it's two things. Number one, it definitely means that the trick worked. That even though these guys at a moment's notice are ready to snake me, no matter what, because everyone knew that from the start, right? Everyone knew they were going to turn on me no matter what. All right? We knew that. But number two, if he's offering me this, I don't know if this is an offer of, oh, we're friends and we want to go hang out. I'm going to be honest. I think this is a cry because he's very lonely. He doesn't really have anyone to spend time with, which is probably why he would chat with me at night so often, you know, in the middle of the night.
So why would you do it, sir, Mr. Married?
Look at the time.
That's okay. You could say Triple P is an excuse. He doesn't have any friends. And he's not married, but DSP was, and he was still doing it, and he was talking more than Triple P. Oh
These
God!
texts. It's the middle of the night. For me, this is the time that I'm getting ready to go to bed. For him, he's in the East Coast of Canada. What is this, like 5 a.m? And he's sending me these texts talking to me about this stuff? Like,
It's 2 or 3 a.m. for DSP in DSP's time, very regularly. But okay.
what is this, right? So, obviously, I think this guy's very lonely. I don't think that this guy has any or many friends. I think he's burned all his bridges. I think Andy is his business partner when it comes to the casino. But this guy doesn't really have anyone to talk to about wrestling. He doesn't have anyone to talk to about anything. So, after having done this work with me for many months, And then all of a sudden, doing smart guys and seeing, hey, we both do have a affinity for pro wrestling. He reaches out to me in this way. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm very embarrassed when I get this because, number one, all right?
I don't have any friends.
I'm friendly with this man.
Yeah, okay.
From a work perspective. I'm not necessarily considering this guy a close personal friend or anything. He probably thinks that way because I've been feeding him these lies for months and months about family
members' health.
members and shit to get out of
Pets dying.
stuff.
Oh, wait.
So I don't have
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys must remember this whole time, no matter what he says, Triple P is supposed to be the bad guy in this, by the way.
Because he believes the
Don't
lies.
forget.
Yes.
Because he believes that DSP's wife has cancer and thinks it's terminal and gone religious.
Yes.
By the way, I would like to clarify, the Triple P responded to this particular segment with a 5 to 10 minute segment of graphically explaining how he would molest Phil at Hogan's bar. So I'm afraid Phil was correct in this. His suspicions were absolutely correct.
But to think that this is you coming out on top and saying you got him, and your reason is that they believe the lies of your parents' health and wife's health and pet's health is wild. And we have to go down to, well, I guess he's gay. That's what we got out of this is, I guess he's gay. That's the sad thing, is when someone asks you to go to a bar together, your response is, I guess he's gay. All right.
to get wrapped into his
also,
drama.
it's like it kind of doesn't make sense to invest all this time and effort into LARPing for however long DSP LARP for, and the worst you can get on someone is that they're lonely and gay. Like, come on. Sometimes you can just get it out of a conversation with somebody. You don't need to LARP for 8 months, DSP.
Shit that's awful, but ideas that aren't going to work.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I'm like, damn, he definitely got, he's lonely. He's got full, I'll be honest, maybe a little bit of gay. I don't know. Again, that's not anything bad if he is gay. I don't know if he is or not.
He keeps saying this gay thing because he thinks it's a good own on him, by the way. He just keeps bringing up the gay. By the way, I guess he could be gay. I don't know. Maybe gay.
I really don't know.
Again, asking a guy to go to a bar, that means gay.
Sexual affiliation. I'm not trying to say he's gay, but it's a little weird when someone who you've never spent any time with in real life all of a sudden is offering to fly you across the country, all expenses paid, to a bar in Florida to drink and see Hulk Hogan. I'm like, this is a little gay.
All right.
Okay? Just being honest.
I hope you're going to get to the next message.
Be my wife. It's again.
Let's get past to when DSP reads his. I hope he shows the response from Triple P, right? Because that kind of takes care of that little question. Let's go to that. So let's see. Does he bring it up or does he not show it on this? I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't show it.
As is.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yep. So he invites his wife
I would
to.
pay for her to come too.
Yeah.
And we'll set up Jasper with
that makes it a little less gay, don't you think?
Sitter. No pressure. I know it's a lot of, again, the health issues, with my wife that we had mentioned and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he says, I want to get you guys out of the house.
Those aren't true. He bought those like an idiot.
So that the detractors can suck cock forever. That's not true. A moment ago, you just said you wanted to fly me down to spend time at the bar. Now all of a sudden it turns into, now I want to fly you and her out
because you said the reason you can't go is because she wasn't going. He fixed the problem you had with going.
Time at the bar. Now all of a sudden it turns into,
I
want to.
we got rid of Review Tech USA, the filthy derailer, and DSP takes the stage to tell us his master plan, and he can't even deliver a halfway believable fucking narrative. Come on, dude.
Triple P assumed it would be fine to go for a weekend. Then DSP says, no, I want to go somewhere with my wife. Triple P says, okay, we'll bring her too. And then DSP says like it's a bad thing? Oh, now he brings up my wife. Right, okay. Sounds gay though. What?
You just said you wanted to fly me down to spend time at the bar. Now all of a sudden it turns into, now I want to fly you and her out.
Because you said that was the issue stopping you from going.
I want to get you out of the house to basically spite the detractors. That's not what it was. What happened is he got embarrassed because he saw that I declined and said, dude, it's not like that. I don't like you like that.
He never said anything like that. DSP said nothing like that in the DMs, by the way. Nothing about I don't like you like that. What the fuck is that? I don't like you like that. He didn't say anything like that, guys, but okay.
And we'll set up Jasper with a sitter.
Yeah.
No pressure. I know it's a lot of to basically spite the detractors. That's not
Okay.
his wife and his family. All
Yeah.
right. Ridiculous. So anyway,
Oh,
again,
ridiculous.
I went to the Hilton by the beach, and then he says, I feel bad for pressure again. I said, it's all good, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
all
so
good.
bizarre. Like,
What's bizarre?
so he basically 100% thought that everything that I ever told him was genuine when most of it was bullshit.
Okay, once again, Triple P's worst flaw in this is believing DSP's lies. That's the bad thing he did, guys. Believe too many
Believing
lies.
DSP in general. That's
Yes.
his biggest flaw.
Pat Noticer says, I love how he did this all the night before to be a summer ant on that wall. Him scheming,
dude.
writing it. Oh, this would really get him. PPP wants to fly DSP to Florida. I'll fly your wife out too. WTF? Triple P invites DSP to Florida. WTF? DSP gets too drunk and can't do smart guy. Wow, he's really drunk, isn't he? So he sometimes says Triple P and sometimes says DSP, but sometimes he says I'll, but that's Triple P, not him. See?
Yes. Yeah, that's very confusing. I noticed that too at first.
Yeah, you can't keep track of who's who in this one. NW News says, but wait a minute, I thought we weren't angry anymore after having met Kat. Why are we snaking people? Good point. Don't you guys know how angry I was before I met Kat and lied about all her health issues, which Triple P believed? What an idiot. He's a monster. Triple P, he's a monster. Velvet says, this is the type of shock to the system that leads people out of the cult and breaks the pignosis. I wonder how many people quietly left after this. There's always a revolving door, I wonder. I know he did lose a few people at this time. But, there's always new ones, guys. Boston Nova says, going to a bar with a friend to see Hogan is gay, but drinking alone and looking at Hogan JPEGs in the dark is totally straight and normal. Yes. You got it. Big hub. Sorry. Next up, DSP talks about being in the chat of Kino Casino.
Okay. And quite frankly, that was one of the most embarrassing moments because he actually thought that I was a close personal confidant of him when I really hadn't told him anything that was anything secret whatsoever.
Okay. What? What the fuck? I hadn't told him anything secret outside of what? Your wife being so sick that she found religion?
About these things in particular, he told Triple P to keep quiet about it and to tell no one. Specifically, he said that.
So outside of the incredible personal things that I've told no one else, I didn't tell him anything.
Confidant of him when I really
and
hadn't
also,
told him.
When he was confessing those things, if you don't trust me, go read the DMs. When he was confessing those things, he also made sure to point out that he lied to his viewers about these things.
Yes, he did.
So when the rabbit was getting put down, he said, of course I had to lie to my audience.
Yeah, hold on. I got a screenshot of that exactly thing. He said, I lied just like everything else, I think. What was it? I'll find it. It's right here.
Yeah, that was it. I had to lie like with everything else.
But if you believe those lies, guys, that's the thing. Okay, here we go. Keep going. I'll find
anything that was anything secret whatsoever. None of it was real. It was all bullshit. That's what I mean. Like all this week, every time that they're doing Kino Casino, they're like, here's something, a big revelation.
I, of course, lie like everything else. That's what he said to Triple P.
Epic.
What an idiot.
Phil has a rabbit that died. Phil's wife was sick and she found religion. I'm like, it's every lie I've told him
Dude.
to get his confidence over the last 8 months, and he's spewing them out to the internet like there's some big deal. The truth is, even if they were true, that's still fucked up. Like, that's supposed to be private, personal shit.
But so if we are following DSP's story, though, he made those all up.
You never would have to tell anyone.
Why did
but yet
you?
You're doing it anyway. Even if
But he's not doing it.
DSP's the one that leaked the DMs.
if it were true. Now, it's not.
He just
but even if
threatened
it
to
were,
do it.
Yeah.
Man, that's fucked up. But the
DSP leaked them. Triple P didn't. So
thing is, his audience is so dumb and stunted.
Okay.
That they think that that's like, oh, he's saying he's spilling the tea. This is exciting. It's not. It's fucked. If you had said something to someone in confidence like that, would you think that they would go out and publicly say something about it later just because they broke off a business relationship with you.
Remember, he didn't do that, by the way.
And by the way, we're definitely going to look at that, all right? Because I absolutely know that you guys want to see how it broke off and how it ended and how unhinged PPP became at the end, okay?
Okay, we'll get to that. Medicare.
All right, I just want to bring this up and be very transparent about it.
I gotta read these. First mention is because they brought it up on Twitter. The casino will make it happen in October. Medicare loves Halloween. Medicare is back. How should I proceed with Medicare now? React to Medicare in a negative way to get him.
Okay.
Medicare
one
loves
thing
Halloween.
that kept coming up over and over and over was Mr. Medicare. All right? Now,
Sir.
I don't know anything about Mr. Medicare. All right? At all. I don't know anything about Mr. Medicare. I don't know why they wanted me to do content with Mr. Medicare.
Because they know that would be interesting and a lot of people would watch it. It's as simple as that. But go ahead.
But it was their idea from the get-go that I would actually be doing content with Medicare, that I should keep reaching out to Medicare, that he should be on the show, or I should do a show with him. Even if they can't do it, I should just do a show with him individually.
Yes.
And it was like...
Triple P said jump and DSP said how high multiple times.
So the guy's sick.
And also,
Yep.
when DSP made the open invitation to Mr. Medicare during this arc, he was talking about him, and he said that he knew quite a few things about him and described exactly what.
And he watched the documentary about him too earlier, right? I believe. Yes.
Yep.
And then he question if he really had cancer, I think, or wasn't sure, that kind of thing. But
All right.
Yeah, I don't remember that
I
one.
don't remember it exactly. Something like that.
Guy's in freaking hospice care.
Yeah.
All right. Why would he want to do content with me? So I don't know anything about him, right? And they're insisting you should keep trying. Don't give up. Wait a few months. Try again.
Yeah.
This will be the biggest thing ever. And the only thing that I can read out of all of this is that these guys, or at least PPP, all right, idolize Medicare so much. Like he's their daddy. He's their idol. They really wish that they could be Medicare. Like,
no, see, that's the thing. Triple P knew it would be hype, so that's why they tried to push it, obviously. But yes,
of course.
They idolize him.
they really wish they could be Keemstar, but they don't like Keemstar. They don't like the way he operates. They don't like Lolcow Live. They wish they could have their own Lolcow universe.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Medicare,
and they did create a mini one when DSP was around.
Their absolute end-all, be-all guy.
Yes.
Right? 100%. They love this fucking guy. They want him to be with them in their content. They want him to praise them. And it's just absolute craziness the amount of times that they would keep bringing him up. Medicare's back. He's able to do stuff. He's streaming on Halloween. Again, I'm not bringing it up. They are. And I keep seeing it's actually Ashton, PPP, who keeps bringing up Medicare constantly. All right? Seems he's avoiding engaging in a way. Maybe he's saying this. He did a Halloween show. Maybe it's all our involvement that's holding it up. So maybe try to do it directly.
Yes.
Again, you should try to do stuff directly, right?
And DSP did.
Say he should give a Christmas gift to the internet by coming on the Level 1 podcast next Tuesday.
Triple P just writing the tweets now.
So yeah, no lie. Every single time that I had anything to do with Medicare, I brought him up. I reacted to his documentary. All this shit was because PPP told me to or was egging me on and said, this will become great content. You need to do it. In reality, I don't care about Mr. Medicare.
So I was just doing exactly what Triple P told me to do because I was snaking him. I don't know.
I have no ill will towards him,
but
I also don't like him. I just kind of neutral, don't give a shit. All right, So
Triple P made you do it, I guess.
Whatever.
Okay.
Let him be. Right? Let him be. But
you did not let him be, though.
They kept bringing him. I say they. PPP kept bringing him up constantly. The only way to get to talk to Medicare is public appeals. His DMs are closed. If you offer a specific date, week or two from now, it might put on enough public pressure.
DSP saying later he won't show this. I am 100% for it, DSP says.
I think he wants control over the situation. This is a big dream crossover. I would like it to happen. So again, he's got me reaching out, saying Medicare's name, bothering Medicare constantly.
Yeah, DSP responds, I am 100% for it.
To try to do this content.
Yep.
And I don't care.
I don't care. I am 100% for it.
want anything to do with this, but I'm doing it because, again, I'm trying to stay in their good graces, make them feel like I'm their friend.
Yeah.
All right. And I feel bad. I legit feel bad.
That's why I bothered him on Twitter.
Sadly, Medicare might have actually gotten bothered by this if he really is sick, you know.
Don't even
and
know.
He's having
yeah.
all these issues. All right.
Might be faking it.
I just don't want anything to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Okay.
Okay. Not sure. Great felting, sir. That was a good addition. Glad you added this. We learned a lot. Here we go. This is when DSP talked about smart guy. Oh, he knew things were coming to an end, let's say. Okay. He realized that things were kind of collapsing around him. Let's go. Oh, mama. Right here. I got it.
I think I want to do to end, all right, is to explain how it finally fell apart.
Here we go.
And all of that. Okay. So, oh, by the way, FYI.
No, please.
Should I give you guys the links now? Or, you know what? No, I'll do my final segment, and then I'll give you guys the links, and then you can feel free to go through all of this.
Oh, we will. we will.
No, guys, I know people are saying Bregon, Ethan, Ralph. I'm almost done with this. All right, I'm going to be basically going for like another half an hour. I just want to explain the end of this and why I ended it. And I want to show you how PPP has behaved since. Because he's become completely unhinged, which is why he's doing what he's doing and why I'm doing this.
Yes, exactly. Admitting it.
So this is it. This will be the end, right? Like this last segment. And then I'm going to give you guys the links and you can feel free to go through them yourself. And you can enjoy. Because again, this is all something that I had orchestrated since the beginning. And they bought it hook, line, and sinker, all right? Which, by the way, you guys don't even realize something, but I'm going to bring it up in a second, all right? Which is actually the culmination of all of it that just happened to happen today.
All right.
Okay. So, lastly, why did it all fall apart?
Here we go.
All right? Why did this all start happening? Okay.
You snaked me, and my wife is now upset. Steve panicked, and it's Duty's fault.
Duty's fault.
Duty. Triple P slams Steve for being boring and too serious. Triple P explodes when asked straight up if he's snaking. Phil tries to repair things because he thinks he fed up the something. Things appear to calm down and be fine. We need to fix smart guys. Awful news, and I love you, buddy. Why are you saying awful things about me on your something? And 13 says he keeps DMing LOL.
Okay. So basically, after I did that show with Steve Cambion, all right, and the fact that this show was meant to set me up. It's obvious. Up to then,
it was pretty obvious the whole time, but you figured it out in the end.
Guys had kind of been transparent about everything, and I kind of felt like here's the deal. If you really look over the whole history of what I did with these guys, the initial meeting where I did the first show with them, the react to the Review Tech USA documentary, right, and of course, me going and doing that Josh Moon interview, I would say were all gold, and that was a month of good stuff. Right? That was amazing. But after that, literally everything these guys came up with canceled because they have no fucking clout. Mudahar cancels and ghosts them and doesn't talk to them anymore. It's a Gundam, which they claim is going to be the slam fucking dunk of content. Cancels.
All things that they came up with. DSP came up with nothing by himself, by the way. He's just going off their ideas. He teamed up with another group of creators online, and everything had to be from them. Nothing from DSP at all, outside of making fun of Ethan Ralph. So, there you go.
His ideas clearly were terrible, and Triple P couldn't straight up tell him that they were terrible because then DSP would just quit. So they kind of had to deflect that and just not talk about the shitty wrestling sims in the what was that title of the show? You Better Not Miss with Darkside Phil.
Oh yeah, a Detractor Destruction Day or something. No, he didn't bring that up until with them though. He did bring up the sim wrestling where he'll fight Duty in sim wrestling, and we can bet on who wins and stuff. And it'll be real though. Fun. You don't know who's gonna win. Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, what if Duty wins?
And then they destroy him. Behind the scenes, calling him a pussy, saying that he, big talker, but he won't do any content. That he'll only do content when it's shooting fish in a barrel. He'll never do an honest show with anyone.
Okay, so they don't have
Medicare,
clout.
Medicare will be the best, the big one, the big win. Can't get him, can't get him, can't get him. All right, you try by yourself. That doesn't work. So every idea they're coming up with, awful, 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 none of them work.
Yes.
The few little pieces of content that we're trying to do, for example, when we did the Zombies co-op,
Horrible. No one
it doesn't
cares.
explode or do much, right? So
No, because really the gameplay wasn't working out.
So what am I left to do? You know, actually, to be honest, at the beginning of this year, I was probably going to cut off contact with them at that point because I didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it anymore. But I was trying to figure out the way out. Or I wanted to do it in a way that made sense.
Okay.
And
So I let him call my wife fat about a dozen times.
So,
we
so
were
it wasn't about his wife, ultimately. If he thought about breaking off earlier.
Yes, good point. He was already thinking about it just because he wasn't getting any more views or money. That was the real reason, but okay.
Bring up Smart Guys, and I was like, you know what? Let's figure this out together. Let's do Smart Guys and see how it goes. And if the show does well, all right, then we'll keep going for a while, and I'll play it by ear. But if the show tanks and doesn't do well, then instead I'll cut off with these guys and we'll be done. All right, so this long con started off great. I get a giant surge of views and support, and it dies out within just a few months.
Okay.
And I'm like,
whose fault is that? What? Whose fault is that, sir? You expected them to just forever give you more money and views?
guys, I thought that they were big shit.
Yeah,
They're
like,
not.
what did he want to happen?
Yeah, I want my retirement plan based on working with Kino Casino. Okay, guys. Okay, same with you, Assman. I expect you to keep paying dividends, dumb shit.
These guys are pretenders. They get hyped because they shit on others, but
Yeah?
they don't actually have the clout or connections to really make the content that they think they do. They want to be Keemstar, but they're not. They hate Keemstar because they can't be Keemstar. All right? It's just ridiculous. So maybe I did get into bed with the wrong snakes. Here, I thought I was the king snake and I was going to eat them up, but these guys aren't doing anything for me at this point. Like nothing's working anymore, right?
Okay.
So what the hell? What a waste of time. Okay? So after this,
So just admitting he was just with them for more views and money, which obviously that's clear. Everyone knows that. But then he wishes he got with what? Bigger names because that would have worked out more? He could snake them more? I don't know. But okay.
I
there we
don't
go.
know.
All right. So you listen, what's
And
bigger
also,
names?
like,
Yes.
Considering that he was scouting and searching and lurking for targets for he said, like a year or something since the side scroller thing.
Yeah.
He didn't know what kind of people they had access to. Like he didn't know how much clout they have. Like I thought he did the research.
Yeah. Well, it snaked them for years, he said in the end. Case them.
the Steve interview,
The Steve interview,
when
yes.
essentially that went so poorly, and it went poorly for everyone. Steve looked like an asshole because he kept yelling over me. It wasn't a good interview. Nothing new was actually revealed during the interview at all.
Outside of the 220 and DSP admitting that Broside Phil had the correct case number, which adds a lot of weight to the things he said, doesn't it? Like, if that was a different case number, it's like, oh, well, is the 220 thing real? I don't even know. But because it was, it's like, oh, yeah, it's real. It's damn real.
It was just the same detractor shit. And all that happened is the detractors threw money over at Steve. All right? Which is exactly what happened with Side Scroller. It's the same as the Side Scroller shtick. So there's nothing surprising here. It's just exactly what we all expected. Correct?
Not really, but okay.
So all of a sudden, I start noticing that PPP is now starting to insult me and saying like snide remarks and comments. Now, he'd been doing it all along.
I was going to say, you just started noticing it?
Show.
Yeah.
But it
He just started noticing it? He called Cat fat about 12 times.
seems like
But
it's starting to escalate.
Uh-huh.
All right?
It is. That is true.
It's starting to escalate badly.
And DSP would deny it every single time he could.
Like on the show, the Grill Phil segments, which used to be like 20 minutes, are now becoming an hour.
Because that's
and
the
it's not
funnest part.
even interesting.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
even paying off. The Grill Phil, which is, again, this is Ashton's idea. Let's grill Phil on Smart Guys for a whole hour. It's not getting us views. It's not getting us support. It's not getting us anything.
And DSP is saying Triple P is bad because he wasn't getting more money for Philip during the segments where it would just make fun of DSP. Like, it's not like he's doing it for more money, dumb fuck. He's doing it to make fun of you. Holy shit. What an idiot Triple P is. Like, people weren't even tipping when he brought up the snack pizzas or when Triple P made me dance. It didn't even get us more money. What an idiot.
All it's doing is wasting all of our time and killing our momentum.
No, it's not. Because if he didn't have Grill Phil, nobody's watching that wrestling shit. Nobody.
In reality, people are coming to Smart Guys to watch wrestling.
Yeah, no Triple P episode is the lowest viewed Smart Guys by far and least supported outside of that dumb as shit one, WrestleMania, where he brings in the Dent Squad for segments. Remember that? When he gets like segments. Here's Ethan Ralph's segment. That kind of shit.
Commentary, not CBS.
That was
Everybody
the worst.
loves that and remembers it.
Get grilled. He thinks they are, but they never did. They never came there and supported because of that at all.
Yeah, that wasn't the point.
Okay? So, this is basically where things start to fall apart.
That's what it took?
And basically, and again, you're going to see when you read through the logs, which all of you will, me saying things, about my family members and stuff. He wants, we're talking about flying places. I say, I can't fly.
You already talked about that one.
I don't have a real ID. My mom is sick and all this stuff. Again, it's the same shtick, the same spiel, just trying to continue on to get out of doing the shit I don't want to do because it's dumb shit.
Okay. So lying about my mom's health now was just the same shit. It's the same shtick, just to keep it going. So he lied about his family member's health now, just to keep the shtick going, even though he was looking for a way out. Okay, cool.
You're bringing up. Okay. So basically, I said to PPP, all right, are you snaking me on Tuesday with Steve and you got your dates wrong?
Oh, yeah? I forgot about this. This is because Triple P had Steve on the show. And no, he wasn't on the show, actually. They just talked about it. And they pulled that kind of, Steve went into business for himself. He's an asshole. We have nothing to do with him anymore. We will never work with Steve Cambian again. But then he finished the segment with, we'll see you next Tuesday, Steve. And DSP took that as serious and real, as you can see in the DMs. But you got your dates wrong? There are tons of people in my chat now saying Steve is coming on the casino Tuesday, but that's when we do Smart Guys. So I have no idea what's going on. Huh?
Oh, poor Phil.
Oh, what the fuck? Is that real? And then Triple P's like, holy fuck, man, you still don't fucking get it? No, for fuck's sake. God damn it, how dumb are you?
Are you snaking me on Tuesday with Steve and you got your dates wrong? There's tons of people in my chat saying Steve will come on the casino on Tuesday, but that's when we do Smart Guys, so I have no idea what's going on. In my opinion, I'd be hurt if this were the case, but not surprised. And again, you guys have done so much for me. I move on and ignore it all, but it would be nice to know if we're actually doing our show. So even thinking that after the Steve show, which was a snaking, that PPP might snake me again. All right. PPP says, no, he's screaming, right?
Yes. Because it's very frustrating to deal with someone so stupid.
In the beginning, we presented you as a big deal. You're a legend from the past. I'll give you a massive audience in a new way.
Yes.
Thousands shitting on RTU.
Yeah, true. You tell me when he lies.
You're able to get a whole brand new setup.
Facts.
You became too stuck in your ways when it came to being partisan in politics and not wanting to do drama and wanting to do it your way still, and you never grabbed that brass ring. You let oppression slip with bad performances on the casino and doing the same old content on your show. It wasn't appealing to a broader audience.
Yep.
I went for fun because I like you decided to take a day out of my week to do wrestling with you, and several times let you keep the penny. But that's a few times he did let me keep all the money on the show, and I always told you guys that too.
Keep every penny, Philip, not keep a penny.
I can lead you to water, but I can't make you drink. You said you would have been okay with Steve doing a pressing interview like this, and you would have agreed to it, but your reaction today has proved anything but. It's false. My reaction was, you should have told me exactly what Steve was going to talk about, and then it was going to be a detractor interview, because then we could have made it good.
Then I could have totally been disingenuous and made it more interesting by lying through the whole thing.
Yeah.
That definitely would have been fun.
It sucked.
Then we could agree that I was going to lie, and you're going to ask me specific questions to lie about.
Yeah,
Sounds
pretty easy,
good.
man.
Me All he's going to do is get detractor dollars, and this is lame. We could have done more with it if you were transparent with me, but you snaked me on it. Why weren't you transparent? Okay? So he's still going. I would like you for your content to be interesting, for people to watch it. Ultimately, your content to sit in a slowly dwindling audience.
Yes.
And you're praying to God for a new whale to fall from the sky.
Yes.
All right?
All true.
So,
next. He says a lot of nonsense after that.
now, because you did a favor for the other guy on my team that doesn't impact you in any real way other than you provide your spiral and lash out. That's disappointing. Go ahead, be a victim and make us out to be whatever you want. But I did try. And then I apologized and said, all right, I don't think you're going to snake me. Okay? And then he didn't. All right?
I changed my mind now. Come on. It's all good.
Then I apologized and totally groveled so Triple P wouldn't think any less of me. This was, again, part of the plan, though, okay? I then quickly brought up the fact that my pet was dying as soon as I could, so I didn't lose him.
But the truth is, we find it now. I already told you the idea.
By the way, I can't emphasize enough. This really was about DSP thinking the Tuesday was real. Okay, I'll read you one thing from here. I allowed myself to get worked up over nothing, especially because it was all over a typo I made in the schedule when it came down to it. DSP thought that Tuesday statement was really the thing that's going to bring this whole thing down.
Was that he wanted to build up Steve as some kind of a supervillain character, that we were going to play games and go back and forth and insulting each other. Super boring. Who the hell was going to care, and who was going to believe?
A shitty idea.
Yeah, yes. No one
But I
wants
mean,
that.
what are you going to do with DSP? You got to make it some weird, like, wrestling thing.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't intending on it going anywhere else except Steve calling him out on all the shit. They didn't give a shit after that. But DSP, again, didn't get this and thought there was going to be some, like, long relationship. But
no one was going to believe that. That was so unbelievably dumb. Like he was going to be like evil Neo, and I was supposed to be.
My plan was perhaps to build up a show. Now he's saying that because it's over and it's never going to happen. He's just saying shit. All right.
The hero facing off against evil Neo, but all the detractors throw him money because he's felting me on his show or whatever. It's awful. All right? It really is. It's like grade school level shit.
Yeah,
it's something you would see on Nickelodeon. It's not something that you would expect for content on the internet.
Unlike
that's
the
going to be
wrestling
popular,
sims.
Everyone would
The
have
wrestling sims are
So at this
super
point, I'm like,
mature.
dude, I gotta find a way to get out of here.
It's not like dressing up as a Ghostbuster to do Guntbusters.
Really,
It's
like I
different.
have
It's
to get
different.
out of this situation.
That's different. It's totally
At this
different.
point.
It's mature.
Okay,
Idiots.
So I said, so here we go.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Opinions on the last smart guys are split. Of course, it's doing incredibly well.
Oh, Philip, I thought it's not doing well anymore.
Once you find the proper
What?
balance, it'll work. But we need to shorten the show.
He lied
I need
about
to know
that,
the
too. That was also a lie.
Topics of Grill Phil earlier so I can prepare and the show will go
confused.
better. And here we go. You laughing at the joke of my wife looking like Piper Niven was not cool.
Oh, yeah.
Even if
He's trying to be hard now. He finally brings it up. It only took 12 times. Yeah, then I finally got pissed. Okay? This is where I threw it back at him.
it wasn't intentional.
What? It wasn't intentional? It was very intentional. How could that not be
He
intentional?
made the joke.
What?
It's looking
He
like
saw a
Piper
fat
Niven.
woman and was like, "Look, this is like your wife." That's the joke.
It's very intentional, but DSP is still too much of a bitch to say it straight to his face in DMs that are private. He has to make it soft in DMs. Hey, just not really sure, but mind there, if it was intentional, you kind of talked about my wife's appearance and just wondering about that. Any comments? Sorry. That's what he's doing here.
Was not cool, even if it wasn't intentional. I'm not trying to cause problems, but next time
I'm not trying to cause problems. Again, I do love you. I do love you way more than her, by the way, just letting you know. But any comment on that? Again, I apologize for you calling her fat. I do apologize for that, sir.
going to say something and it's going to be uncomfortable. I have more than enough shit going on, and you know that.
Oh, yeah, because it's all the pet shit that he's lying about already. That's what he's talking about right there, guys.
Yeah.
That line is one of the most disgusting lines in this whole thing. He says, I have more than enough going on right now, and you know that. The things he's talking about are those health problems with wife, pet, mom that he has brought up on purpose to get pity from Triple P. And now he's bringing it up now after Triple P called his wife fat because he's like, remember, I have a lot of shit going on I've already told you about, okay?
Yeah.
I can't handle this too, man. But remember, Triple P believing
Triple
it,
P.
that's what makes him the asshole.
Yeah. Don't forget, buddy. I'm pathetic. Don't bully me.
Yeah, don't you fucking forget it.
Right? So I do confront him about him saying shit about my wife. Because this was actually the first time he had ever done it in front of my face.
Yes.
Up to now, the only time he had ever said something about my wife, okay, was actually on his content. So I wasn't even aware. People would send me clips.
Yes.
People would say, are you aware he's insulting you here, there, left, and right? And I'd be like, no.
But he has admitted to seeing it many times.
But then again, I'm not really paying attention. I'm not watching the casino every day. I have no intention of watching the casino every day. I don't want to be involved in that, right? But then he's sneak dissing me and my wife there, and then he's doing it on Smart Guys, right? So he says, let's take it back to the basics of wrestling.
This is just to keep him going here.
Okay? This is the rabbit conversation, which you guys are going to find, which is all bullshit. I needed to delay Smart Guys. I didn't want to do it that night, so I just made something up, but he believed.
Okay, so the thing DSP chose to make up is that he has to put a pet down. That is the lie DSP is saying he intentionally brought up to delay an internet wrestling show. That
What
is
a great
the story.
guy.
Okay,
What a great guy.
just to make this clear, DSP himself is saying that he intentionally made up a story about him putting a pet down, okay, to get out of doing a wrestling internet show. That is what DSP himself is saying right here. That is no detractor spin. This is not out of context. The full context is DSP wanted to get out of a wrestling show, so he said, I have to kill my rabbit tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's why
Believes it
he's
'cause
so based.
I guess.
Gullible.
Yeah, back in my day when we were late on homework, we'd said our dog ate the homework, not that we just killed the dog. You know what I'm saying? But DSP's built different.
Now, here we go. This is last week, and this is when the crap all hit the fan. All right? FYI, trolls went crazy hard on my stream today, bombarding me with messages.
Listen to this, Daddy. The trolls are making fun of me today at school, bombarding me with messages. Help!
You're going crazy hard on me, Daddy. Crazy hard.
You gotta do
Is
something.
saying that you called me a lazy POS on a casino last night. You called my wife fat and more. I ignored it, but that's apparently their narrative now.
Just so you know, I ignored it, okay? I ignored it all. I don't care, actually, but let me know. That's the narrative.
Then he says, oh, I'm sorry. I was doing that routine. I honestly think you should take a few days to recuperate and have some stiff drinks and watch shows with your wife. Everyone can see you're having a great, tough time right now. I feel badly to be affecting you in any way. I'm going to lay off with the smart ass stuff. Try to rest up. Things will get better. I'm worried about you, so take care of yourself. Have some weed. And I'm only partly kidding. All right.
Philip, you're doing a really bad job to make Triple P be the bad guy here. You know what I'm saying? You are doing a very bad job of convincing us that Triple P's the bad one in this case, man. Because all we know from what DSP has said is he's lied about a fuck ton of shit, and Triple P has has shown a lot of empathy for it. But he's the bad guy?
And I said right here, I accept your answer, but I told you I had issue with you making fun of Kat on Smart Guys, so why are you doing this on your show? I'm trying to understand it. I have both friend and foe alike now telling me to sever ties with
Friend
you
and foe
because you're not
alike.
my friend and you're using me.
Shakespearean type shit.
DSP, you already knew they were doing that, right? I'll read it for you, Mr. Extravagant. Hey, Ashton, let's be real, and I accept your answer no matter what it is, and I promise I won't be angry. You knew what we've been going through here all week. That's the pet thing he made up. His pet's dying. Plus the stuff with my mom behind the scenes and all of that. That's his next lie, where he said his mom is on her last legs. That's a different lie, okay? You got to keep up with the lies. I even told you I had issue with your making fun of Kat, and you did it anyway, publicly on your show. Why did you do that? I'm trying to understand, because I have both friend and foe alike telling me to completely sever ties to you because you are not my friend, but just using me. I actually think you are my friend, but lack any kind of self-control when you get too worked up, like with Smart Guys last week. Okay, here we go.
And what does he say? It makes sense if I find something funny to say, I'm going to say it. I find what is taboo, boundary pushing to be funny and shocking in a way. All right? So I feel bad that, you're going through any hard times. I like to push buttons anyway.
Yes.
I went too far this week. I wasn't treating you like a person, more like content.
Yes.
And I'm very sorry for that. So again, he's apologizing. But what's the point of apologizing if you do it anyway?
Yeah, as one person I really respect once said, apologies aren't just words, right, Meerkat?
Yes, I seem to remember that person. A man of schnoz, you might say.
Very wise words.
When you're apologizing for something, but then you're doing it anyway, it doesn't matter. You've already done it again and again. Your apology is invalid if you keep doing the bad thing.
Yes, you get that?
So
you
at this
get
point,
it?
I know that his apologies don't mean anything either. So what does he say? I want to make it clear, if you do want to cut ties, I completely understand, and I think that you'll do well no matter what.
Yeah.
It was at that moment that I decided I'm going to cut ties with this guy.
It was that moment.
when he told me it was okay for me to do it, that's when I decided to make my decision. When Triple P told me to do it, I did it. Yeah. Once I received the permission slip from Triple P, that was it. I had enough. God damn it. I forgot about that. When Triple P told me it was okay, I decided to do it. Wow. Based king.
All right? He's apologizing, saying he's sorry for what he did, but basically he cannot control himself.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can cut ties and we're all good. All right? So I said that's pretty much what I thought you were going to say. I have thick skin. I get it.
Oh, don't skip that one, Philip. He says, the pickle I'm in is that people are now 100% thinking you're using me. And I'm just one ignorant idiot, too dumb to see it. First the Steve interview, now Grill Phil going so far, and what you just said about me on your show. Both my fans and detractors will keep asking me why I continue to work with someone who is seemingly abusive to me, and I'm not really sure how to answer. They obviously don't know, nor should they, that we've been very friendly behind the scenes. Plan the Steve thing. So to them, it totally looks like you are snaking me for content, and I'm just a dumbass. I really like doing Smart Guys with you outside of the Grill Phil going too far last time, and I honestly think you're a good guy who just has major issues setting boundaries or limits when he gets worked up. As you've said, this kind of shit talking isn't going to hurt me or my image, but it's sure as hell becoming confusing for the public watching. After your show Monday, none of your fans who have watched and contributed to my stream showed up Tuesday, and I wondered why, and then my trolls began bombarding me with clips of what you said. So yeah, this is all pretty confusing. Okay? This is a person telling you that asking your friend to a bar is gay, but saying the words such as, I'm really confused what you mean about me is not gay. Or saying things such as, they obviously don't know, nor should they, that we've been very friendly behind the scenes. That's not gay. So that is not gay. Asking to a bar is gay. Thank you. Go ahead, Meerkat.
Oh no, that's it. I was just laughing. This speaks for itself. I have nothing to say about it.
Wow, this is insane. Insane. NW News says, you think he'd just say, I can't have a bad back. You think he'd just say, I can't have a bad bag. I have a bad bag. That'd be a fine excuse, right? I can't take a plane or something. That'd be fine. Mr.
Or
Extravagant,
just say you don't want to.
Exactly.
Like he started doing, instead of making up all the reasons, just say, I don't feel like it, dude. I don't like doing stuff like that.
I don't like to do that
That's not a type of thing that I like. There it is.
Then you're done. Mr. Extravagant says, I don't think he even read these before releasing them. Are we sure Duncan didn't create these files? I don't think so. I think these are very DSP-esque, I would say. I don't know that, of course, but I think these are DSP written titles. This just seems like something he would do. It does to me.
The titles, yes, 100%.
How he got what he took from each of them is a very DSP spin on it, you know. Quasar953 says, lies or not, DSP looks terrible either way. The only winning move is to not play. I really thought, now this is going back, I think we all did, that DSP was just going to play the pity party, right? And say, that's the easy play, right? It's just saying, hey, Triple P and them, they used me the whole time. I was too dumb to see it. I didn't see it, and it sucks. And now we got to recover. I'm always getting shit on. This is another detractors that just tried to take advantage of me. And I thought that's what he would have done. But it was much, much dumber what he did. And yeah, his ego couldn't allow it, I guess. You know, I guess his ego wouldn't allow that. But this is the ending here. We're almost to the end. Let's see this one right here.
Now people are 100% thinking that you're using me.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're going to do moving forward, basically. We need boundaries, you know?
What?
And he says, I happen to like that there's different ways to interpret what's going on, and there's not very straightforward. I think people get invested. I see that you're crashing out. Now, this was the next day's podcast.
Yes.
This was the podcast
When
I
he
did
was
last week where I
crashing
said
out.
I have three options.
Yes.
Option 1 is being a sellout. Option 2 is being a massive drama queen villain for the internet like PPP wants me to be. Or number 3 is to go the third route and go straight down the middle.
Beg more is what he said. Do what he's always done.
All right. He thinks that's crashing out because I don't want to do path 2. Little does he know
That's not what Triple P said, but it's fun to make up stuff.
that all along, this whole thing has been a setup.
Oh.
I've lied to him for 8 straight months about all this shit.
Uh-huh.
I'm only going along for the ride because essentially I wanted to get more views and money and give myself a boost. I don't really like him. I think he's kind of disturbing. Yeah, he doesn't get it. So,
Okay.
yeah, anyway, he thinks I'm crashing out. So I said, crashing out means I want my wife to be treated with respect. There's no way I can justify or defend your insulting cat for no reason, even if it's getting a rise out of your audience, right?
So why did you do it for so long?
Right? You've apologized to me for it, so either you know it's wrong or you've been disingenuous, right? I advise taking some time off. You're kind of seething and lashing out in all directions. You'll just never
Yes.
understand that you don't have to respond to everything and see.
Yes.
I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. All right. Then I looked at his Twitter, and this was on his Twitter. It's a fact. I'm not sure why there's so much hostility surrounding observing reality. So basically saying it's okay to insult your wife. It's just okay to insult your wife.
Yeah, that was a response to a King Jad tweet that said she is big.
Okay? It's fine. I can
I
just
mean,
do
she
whatever I
is.
want.
And TSP showing its mature, positive content,
I can
dude.
just insult your wife as much as I want. All right? Okay? So I said, here's the thing. Way back, a month before, when I had done the podcast or
Yeah.
the show, the interview with Steve, I was told both by PPP and Steve, because you did that and you took a giant beating, and now Steve took all this money from your dumb detractors who are so stupid that they throw money at Steve, okay?
Yeah.
We're now going to say we owe you a favor. So whatever you need moving forward, you need that favor.
I'll try to find this. I don't remember this, but I'll try to see if I can find what he's referencing. I'm just sure it's nothing, but let me try to
find
find
that in
it.
the logs, okay?
I'll
'Cause
try to
I'm
find
going to
it.
put them out there. You're going to see it, all right? Well, here we are, and I say, you know what you could have done? You could have just said that you owed me a favor, all right? That's all you had to say. And that because of that, you're not going to insult Kat anymore because you owe me a big favor, right? And I said, right here, I hope it's not here. People in my kick chat are saying you've insulted Kat again. This was the last Wednesday, so their second show of the week. I really hope that's not true. I'm going to go to sleep. I feel like shit after this week of stuff. I'm
Nope.
sure I'll be
Okay, I
bombarded with
found
clips
it.
in the morning if this is true.
I found it. It's not. They didn't say that. DSP said that. DSP says after the Cambion interview, I'll write my responses later. I'm not upset at you or anything, but that 100% was a waste of my time, and now my viewers are going to have a massive shit for tomorrow and onward. I consider it a favor to you guys because you've helped me out so much, but that was so annoying. So DSP was already paying back a favor, so now we're even, right? I want to reiterate
Right.
that
Allegedly.
they never said it was a favor for them. In fact, the only people to say favor at all in this entire DMs is DSP. So there you go. The favor is what DSP said, but he was doing the favor because they already helped him out so much to this point. So it was calling it even.
Wake up in the morning, and here's what I have. I owe you nothing, you fucking F word.
Yeah.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I'm scared of you. Why don't you bring me on tonight and see how it goes? You really wanted to flex nuts. I'm so sick of your shit.
Flex nuts is a good one.
You threw everything I did in my face yesterday with the third path lazy bullshit.
Yes, it is lazy.
You have no gratitude for anything. The whole big dog routine, and you're thinking you're going to break me and run the yard? I will fucking show you whose yard it is. You escalated this, and I want a scorched earth drama campaign. I can give you that in spades. Okay? I have no idea what he's talking about.
Obviously, now he's trying to get a confrontation on stream to happen. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Literally, I did one podcast where I talked
It's
about
pretty easy to understand now what Triple P is doing.
I have 3 paths. And the next podcast, I said, if this guy insults my wife again, I'm breaking ties and I'm not making content with him anymore because I don't have to continue to do smart guys if this guy's going to insult my wife. I said it's all right if he goes ahead and insults me, but he's not allowed to insult my wife. That's all I said.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I'm the big dog who's thinking he's going to break him and run the yard.
Uh-huh.
So I said, there's no drama. If you scorch the earth, you're just doing it to make yourself feel better. You're talking to yourself because you have nothing. I have nothing to say in response. As you said before, it's all the same shit over and over. The same detractor shit is all they're going to say.
Yeah.
Okay? I have nothing else to say. On my end, it's done. This is 100% your doing, not mine. All you had to do was be reasonable and have respect, but you couldn't do it. I think that's sad. Smart Guys was great. What we did together was great, but you can't control yourself. All right? And this is it. This is where I was going to cut it off. This was literally going to be the last time I ever had any interaction with them. I was just going to go on and do absolutely nothing to do with them whatsoever. I wasn't going to snake them publicly. I wasn't going to do this show today.
What? I wasn't going to snake them?
Oh, the whole idea
I thought the whole thing was a snaking, Philip.
of this show
What?
was that I have to respond because these guys are literally just going to keep doing stuff no matter what.
Canadian spelling of favor might have got me.
So
Let's
I
see.
have to at least do something. And if anything, if the one thing is that I drop the logs, so therefore they can't make shit up and spin the logs in a way that they're not, or say, hey, look, here's an edited log to protect us, but here's the part that makes Phil look bad or whatever. So
What are
right
they
now I'm
gonna
about to
protect
dump them so
themselves
you guys
from?
can read them in their entirety, all right? Unedited. You can see them, all right? But here's his responses.
Okay, so I want to I did say something incorrect, so I want to retcon myself here. We'll correct the record. The Canadian spelling of favor got me. Triple P did say, I appreciate you doing a good favor, and I think it's going to bring bring attention back to the DSP ecosystem and energize your supporters too. So that was it. It wasn't, we're going to pay you back sometime, but he did say, I appreciate you doing a good favor. Okay, there you go. Record settled now. Okay.
His completely unhinged, insane, over the top, crazy responses. Get a
The
fucking grip, Phil.
incorrect way of spelling it.
This isn't about your wife or my comments. It's about you being a stubborn, lazy, stuck in your ways. Word I can't say. Who doesn't like getting confronted about your bullshit.
So we got this. Okay, this, you know, they go through this, and then that's the end of that. So we're still not done, though. So let's go to when it's over at this point, as you can see. DSP then does try to explain it one more time, what overall the snaking was. Oh, God. My bad, right here.
I'm the person who I am. Now, the only way that they could make stuff work is if I changed who I was. If I completely and utterly became the internet drama guy.
That's what he did, though.
And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the internet drama guy. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to change who I am. I want to play games. I want to hang out with my audience. But I realize that I'm already in this with these guys, and I got to find a way out. So I bide my time. I wait. We're doing smart guys. I'm going to find a way out eventually, you know, and they don't
He was
have
looking for a way out.
anything on me. Literally,
Wait,
they have
so
a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
This Is the same stream he admitted it was all like a long con, like
Yes.
with 10 stages of planning, and now it's like, oh well, I got invested in this. I guess I had to figure it out.
I'll find a
come
way
on,
out eventually.
It went out the window immediately.
Yes, I'll find a way out eventually. I don't know what it is, but I'll get there eventually. We'll see.
Eyes that I fed them for 8 months. Big deal if they throw it out on the internet. All it does is make them look like shit for sharing my private stuff.
Okay, but then you did that, so does that make you look like shit?
Which isn't even fucking true. So who cares? Right? So you saw.
So if they leak the DMs, it would make them look like shit. But then DSP released the DM, so what does that make him look like? I don't know. Guess we'll figure it out.
Oh, what happened at the end there?
What?
That's PPP. He's unhinged. He's obsessed with me. He's in love with me. He thinks that I'm his fucking boyfriend or girlfriend. He's treating me.
Yeah, definitely. DSP is the one. Reminder, when Triple P said it's okay for you to leave, that is when DSP decided to leave. But yes, definitely.
Like I jolted him at the altar, even though he said it was okay to break it off if I don't want to be disrespected. He's freaking out. He's sending crazy texts to me, threatening me. He wants a public apology. He's insane.
Okay. How many times did DSP ask for a public apology?
He's nuts. He's lonely as fuck. He has no friends, no one who will spend time with him, no one who will do wrestling with him. He wants me to fly to Hogan's Bar to have some drinks. That's pretty fucking gay.
That's pretty fucking gay,
So this
dude.
again,
Yeah.
he
That's
didn't need
gay.
to release any DMs to cut this promo and call a guy on the internet gay. Like he
Nope.
didn't have to do any of this.
Nope.
Because the DMs, they don't confirm that. They don't prove that. They don't make him even look bad at all. And like I said, he has plausible deniability about all of it. And DSP is the only guy who looks like shit here, which I'm very happy for.
Yes, and the only reason he released DMs is because Triple P threatened to do so, and he knew that would be a nightmare, right? And it still always was a nightmare because of all the shit he said and how pathetic he looks, right? Even he could see that.
Yeah.
So what does he do? Say, yeah, I'm going to release him, but it's all lies. Okay, well, that works for DSP fans, but no one else. Sfar says, when Triple P dumped me, I decided to end it. Yeah, definitely. When she wasn't interested in me anymore, I decided to break it off with her. You know, it was all my plan all along, though. Definitely. Adult with a biz degree says, if going to a bar with someone is gay, what is it when you go to a tournament and share a hotel room? Ooh. Good point. Iwamoto says, imagine being married to someone this transactional. Well, yeah, well, they're not really married anyway. You know that, so.
That must be insane, dude. I can only begin imagining what kind of shit their conversations sound like.
Kat, want to remind you, I did the dishes yesterday, so I'm expecting you to start vacuuming. That kind of shit, you know? Like, that's what it would be like. Sir Percy says, DSP always says, doesn't even know about that. Oh, he always doesn't even know about that. He doesn't know anything, okay? He does not know anything at all. It's easier that way. You don't have to respond to anything. Okay, let's go.
Okay? So, it's all done right now. I'm not having any more association with these guys, all right? And
yeah,
one final
we'll see about
thing,
that. Oh, please.
Because Moon Knight did say, what took you so long? If this was going down last week, why didn't you publicly talk about it last week?
Exactly.
Because I had, number one, I wanted to see if they were really going to escalate it and do shit, and I didn't know they were going to do that until Friday when they did it on the show. And I was like, maybe they'll do one show. Oh, no, they're going to continue this. So for those who don't know, to export your content from X, these logs, takes over 24 hours to actually get the logs exported. All right? It takes over 24 hours. You have to put in the request, then they send you the files and shit. It takes forever. All right?
Is that why you canceled the stream?
You have to wait for it to show up. Then when it shows up, guess what happens? It's just a browser link, and you can only open it in a browser, so you have no evidence. I wouldn't be able to show you the evidence. So I then had to find a way to convert all of the files over to PDF files. Funny that they're PDF files with these guys.
And the guy you didn't want to, you were sad for two reasons for getting rid of your chat. Yeah, definitely.
So that I could actually publicly put those.
You're sad
on
for
the
two
internet.
reasons.
All right. So now is the time, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Here you go.
Okay, they're released to the universe, as you can see. Let's talk about Ethan Ralph here for a second.
Yeah, Ralph wanted to come on, but again, I wasn't set up to do it. Like, I'm just looking now, and I opened up Discord, and he's there talking. He's interested. in possibly being on. It's like, yeah, if I was equipped to do it, I probably would have thrown him in there. But at least now I got through it.
Equipped?
I got through it in the time frame
He's not equipped. Doesn't have the proper equipment.
I had. We're done now.
Yeah,
all
which
right?
is the same way he had Review Tech USA on the show earlier. Does the same equipment? Discord?
He's not equipped. I know, it's just the same fucking thing. What the fuck? Okay, next up. He's not going to be a villain anymore, okay, guys? He's tired of it. We're not villains. Here we go, right here. Not bad. Shit, right here. Bada boom.
Because that's what they, knowing them, that's what they would have had me do. It's King Snake Phil versus Big Bad Matrix Steve Cambion. It would have been the most boring shit, stupidest shit for like 4-year-olds. What are you talking about? That's what you want me to do? That's the content you want? Are you stupid? Like, what on earth? Why?
How come he couldn't say that in DMs? Are you stupid?
Would you want me to do?
But instead, he chose to do the manly path of lying about his wife's health and parents' health to get out of doing things. That's really the cool way to go about things, rather than just saying, I don't want to do that, or I think that's stupid.
That content. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely.
No, you see, again, I'm not like that. To them, the big payday is let's keep it going. To me, it's like, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I want nothing to do with it. I'm glad I'm now officially done with them. The logs are out. There's nothing bad there. Everything's fine.
Exhausted.
Yes.
He was so exhausted when they went on holiday, which was 2 separate times. He was constantly pestering them, asking them when they're coming back because he was tired of them.
And sending them links of things to watch too. Yep.
They could go ahead and try whatever they want. It's all bullshit. I'm done with them. I'm ignoring them. That's it.
He would bring them up as recently as the 1st of this year. So he never stopped talking about them and never will.
Done with it, like official. I really don't want anything else to do with this fucking nonsense.
Yep.
I just want to do my own shit and be left the fuck alone. And that's that. I just find it hilarious. I'm just going to say this. If It's a Gundam is on their show on Friday, he is the biggest motherfucking bitch on the planet. Because did you see how they talked about that guy?
You think that was real?
They outright said, we want to destroy him. He's an alcoholic. He sleeps with hookers.
He still doesn't get it, guys. That's what you know. He still doesn't get it. He still doesn't get that Triple P was saying all that shit just to get Phil to do stuff. Even after he knows and admits that the Steve Cambion interview was a setup. He still doesn't get it. God damn it.
Spiral. He's going to do all this thing. They wrecked him.
And It's a Gundam would appear on their show.
Fucking wrecked him, and the intention was for us to wreck him publicly so that we could benefit and reap from the detractor community. That was 100% what we were going to do. And then he backed out.
Wait. Isn't that like DSP losing in this scenario? Because now It's a Gundam's going to go on Kino Casino and they're going to get like 5 times more views and money making fun of Phil. So...
That's what he robbed from them. He robbed.
Yes.
That's what he took from the Kino Casino. The ability for them to make more money. That's what he gave them.
And now, here it is months later, they outright admitted the only reason he does content is because it's fish in a barrel content. That he wouldn't actually go up against anyone, that he can't handle it.
He's just trying to give you confidence to the interview with Gundam in the first place.
That instead, that's why he does his own kind of content.
How dumb can one person be? It's amazing. You forget if you don't see this for a while.
Offline, but now all of a sudden they're not fun with me anymore. They're not friendly with me anymore. So now we're gonna attack Phil. Like, wow, dude, they literally ragged on your ass and said you were a loser and you were
in the DMs with DSP Gaming.
Do. And they were annoyed how much you were contacting them to get on the show or say not to work with me.
You think that's true?
1,000,000 times. And if you fucking just let that go, you got absolutely no self-respect and no pride, and all you care about is the money. Seriously.
Yeah, idiot.
Guy who just admitted he exploited them for the money. Accuses another guy of exploiting someone for money.
I do want to talk about the thumbnail here. So this is, I don't know if this was the art. I think Duncan was still doing stuff with him at this point, making thumbnails. But could you pick less attractive pictures of the people you're supposed to be snaking, Philip? I mean, these are pretty high pictures of these gentlemen. You got to pick the picture of them being stupid or looking stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like, look at Andy's pic. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's doing the smoldering, come on. Pick a better image, Philip. All right, last one here.
Care. Super Bonchan, that's not what this is about. He goes, on a scale of 1 to 10, how felted is the casino? That's not what this is about.
Oh.
It's not about me felting the casino. I was never going to do what I just did. I had to do it because they were acting like they were big shits and they were going to leak those DMs. They weren't going to leak all that. They were only going to link the select stuff that they were going to say was my private shit and then things that make them look good, right? Like, show that he offered to fly me to Florida, but don't explain how bizarre it was when it came in, that we don't have that kind of a relationship. Why would he do that? It's really...
What?
What?
How could he hide that? What? He wouldn't explain it?
fucking weird. He knows I'm married. Why?
He would offer to take your wife there too for a honeymoon, since you said the reason you can't go is because you want to take your wife?
Weird, bizarre, scary.
That's scary.
But they'll spin it in their usual way.
Yeah,
where they're just everything's gray, everything's amazing. We're the best, and But I had to do it from the real perspective of someone who's going through it the whole time to make it make sense. All right, and now that it's all out there, we're done. They could keep going as much as they want, and I'm not going to pay any fucking attention to them whatsoever.
we all know how wrong that would be. Yeah. Okay. We're waiting for someone to agree?
Yep. Not offering.
Okay, hold on. Oh, idiots. People are saying that I didn't snake them. Hold on a second. I'll take care of this. Hang on a minute.
Right. Again, if I didn't release that stuff, which again, there's nothing bad or damning in that stuff. It's a bunch of nonsense, personal stuff that they never should release publicly. That's
So then why are you doing it?
half-truths and bullshit anyway. None of it's real. Like I said, one of the things definitely was based on a half-truth, but none of it was fully real. Okay?
Okay, those things include, again, I've said it a million times, the health of family.
There's nothing in there that's bad.
Okay.
It's shit that you would expect me to say if I was a yes man for them, because I was being a yes man for them to get stuff out of them.
Do you expect yes men to talk about their wife's health? I must have missed that part of being a yes man.
Well, I don't know.
For a yes man, he dismissed many of their ideas that were probably going to work.
Big ups, too quick. I had to rob the casino, Super Bonchan, to protect my family. It's not about felting. Yeah. I had to protect my family by telling you all about my family and the problems they're going through. Don't you get it? This is wild. Golden Glover in the house. Is he nuts? Believe these retcons or just all lies? I think he gets
lies and coping.
It's all lies, but he kind of can convince himself in the moment they're real at that stream, but he'll forget in the future, and that's why he makes more lies,
What they thought they were going to have, really. But again, they probably would have lied, they would have spun it, and if I didn't release it first, then they would have said, haha, here's the real thing, and they would have tried to fuck me with lies. So there you go. Now it's out there. Now they can't do that.
That was the only reason. Again, it's all about him. He doesn't give a shit about his family or wife. It's all about him. How is he going to be perceived? That's the only thing he cared about the whole time. Big Ups NW News says, Phil's been effed on camera so many times in his life he could win an award at the annual AVN Awards show in Vegas. Oh, best new star, best starlet, career award. And NW News again says, looking for a way out of a situation you pre-planned from off the rip. Oh yeah, looking for a way out of a situation you pre-planned. Exactly. So he was looking for a situation out, looking for a way out of the situation that he himself started 8 months ago or years, right? And he knew what he was going to do the whole time, but didn't decide to act until Triple P said it was okay to act.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
makes
we've learned.
sense if you don't think about it at all.
Got it? Ira says, Worski literally said he asked Gundam once, and Gundam said, felting Phil isn't worth my time. There you go. So, well, Gundam's a bitch for going on their show after they talk shit about him in the DMs.
No, Mr. iGamer, they were going to release it. That was the point. That was literally what they said they were going to do. They were saying, oh, TikTok to Friday and all this shit. Yeah. Well, not anymore.
Got him. I embarrassed myself before they could embarrass me. Ha-ha. See ya.
He just called their bluff. And they could have been bluffing. You never know.
You
didn't
never
even
know.
give him a chance to expose themselves, so he exposed himself first. That's one of the dumbest things he's ever done. This whole stream is more embarrassing than him masturbating on camera, Because at
Yes.
least that you can say was an accident.
That's a one-time accident, right? This is a month-long showing everything that every detractor thought was going on, right? DSP proved it to be exactly true. Exactly true. Because you remember the King arc, there was a whole time where people weren't sure how it's going to end. Do they really like DSP? Is this going to go forever? And then, there's always people both sides saying it's over, it's just an act. And then as it got close to the end, everyone sort of got it. But the only one that didn't get it was DSP at that point, right? The only person that didn't get it at all was DSP. And then he showed it at the end to be exactly what everyone finally come to agree on. It was just trying to string Philip along to make the funniest stuff they could. And this is what they got. And this is what it got to. And DSP made it way worse by saying he lied about so much stuff and making Triple P, trying to make Triple P look like the bad guy for what? Believing his lies about his family's health? That's what's insane.
Because ultimately, even if they release the DMs, I don't think they would start joking about his wife having cancer and like using that against him.
Yeah.
But now they can because he said he lied about it.
Exactly.
So he's weaponizing him way more than they could have used it themselves.
Now everyone knows. Now every interview he does in the future, I mean, I'm not going to do one anytime soon, but let's say he ever does decide things are going so bad he needs to do another side scrollers with someone else. You got to answer that question now, right? And then what's going to be for that? Well, I'm protecting my family. It just adds to the list of fucked up shit DSP has done that's going to get remembered and added to any future June the King documentary, Jim says, Phil should make his own movie against Kino called Duncians 11. Okay. Duncians 11. I'm down. Big ups, K-Jim. And Too Quick, again, says, guys, I wasn't really crying and being a pussy in DMs. They didn't make me cry. I pretended to cry. Uh-huh. I lied, cry. Big ups. One more thing I want to show.
To expose them for having sympathy.
So September of this year, I wanted to show you something else about the DMs. And Triple P says, DSP couldn't figure out how to run GTA 4 mods, and while troubleshooting, got caught with a gay op dossier folder on myself and Keemstar. Nice self-felt Phil. And the DM he's showing here is he has a number 11, Triple P and Keem. Okay, so there we go. And Triple P says, the quote from Phil is that the folders from the 666 stream earlier in the year, but why is it in his recents and why only that folder? The reason is because Phil is snitching to Keem that he was mocked in the DMs. That's why Keem accused us of talking behind his back yesterday. If you take the DMs with Phil at face value, you're a fool, because I would say anything to gas that idiot up for content. Anyway, that's my theory on what's going on, or it's just a folder with dirt in it and he exposed himself. So there we go. That was the most recent thing about that.
Oh my God. But that's totally believable. I'm 100% sure he tried to make some beef happen in the DMs with Keemstar.
Oh yeah.
Between Keemstar, Triple P, it just failed.
I agree. But there you go, guys. That is the end of this very meaningful arc. I think the biggest arc of 2025 for sure was this ending, even though it went over 2024 as well. As the Gold did, it was a great mini arc that's still kind of going on. We're still in the aftermath of that one. But the biggest story of last year was definitely this one. And big ups to everybody for joining us going through all of this. Final words, Meerkat Mob, on this incredible time we've had going through all this stuff.
That was super fun. Thanks everybody for asking. I'm gonna try and make some sort of a cut of, I guess, the best moments of this whole series that we did, because it's over like 20 something hours long. So stay tuned. Subscribe to the Clips channel. Is gonna drop there if it drops. So yeah, stay sway. See you next time.
See you next time, guys. WPIG will be live tonight with Atlas the Bookkeeper. We're going to do another Ask the King. It's been a while, so we'll do that tonight. Other than that, enjoy the pre-stream, everybody. See you next time. Oh, and by the way, I will play Misery Merchant's song to finish, because that is the beautiful finish to this. It is entitled The Boy Who Self-Felted Himself. I know we've played it many times, but I can't stop. I'll keep playing it. You're all legends. Here is the outro song. See you, everybody. Bye.
All fucked up from a year of pain. I'm ready for the worst. didn't hurt. I was branded as a living joke, lol cow and a meme. Whenever something good happens, it's usually taken away from me. From me. From me. From me. From me. It's weird how my life works. When I try to win, I lose. To think that you are snaking me, I'm completely confused. If you want me to fuck off, it's all good. Just let me know. I was a big YouTuber and I had money to blow. It's incredibly hard for me to trust anyone with my history. It's better you feel who I actually hate to be, unless I tell the truth and ruin the whole thing. I got fucking snaked by a lot of people over the years. The world is full of big mouth pussies who only talk then disappear. The worst thing you can do with me is to be dishonest. People will ask why the hell I did this. There's no reason to watch it.